feelings are shallow. Trying to get it together a battle. Keep my distance, they calling me shallow.
Yes, sir, ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood. Shh. Now today, we have a very special guest. He's gonna introduce himself in a moment. But first, just like every other intro,
Like, share, subscribe, comment, Twitch, live stream every week, YouTube, subscribe. I know I see you that you're not on the subscribe list.
Come
Please
on now.
subscribe.
Come on.
You've been
Press the
watching.
button.
Stop pocket watching.
don't make us turn into them whack YouTubers that be begging for the likes and shit and all that. But we have to do this. We giving y'all value, beautiful women, intellectual conversation. And I did say he was going to introduce himself.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm A Pressure King Slizzy. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm the hero, the voice of the people.
Voice of the
Back
people.
again.
He's been here. This is his first time in the new studio.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
leveled up.
Congratulations. So it's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We leveled up. He's seen us come from the hood. Now we in the suburbs. So we're gonna give y'all some suburbs talk. Hopefully one day, inshallah, gated communities, infiltrate the music industry. We analyzing everything. Bullshit happen because nobody be analyzing shit and asking the hard questions. That's how Diddy's happen.
Diddy's is crazy.
Wow.
Today, we talking about what separates winners.
From losers.
Talk to him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
We talking about what separates I like how you did that. What separates winners,
From
losers, man.
Okay.
I personally believe it's a mindset. And this man came in here and said he want to talk intellectual. So that's what we going to give y'all.
we about to get right.
Alexis, you can take notes. We about to drop hella game. I know you got
listening.
and I know you got game for us too.
I'm listening.
We got our notebooks. Anybody want to pop it off with the first?
I'll start off with the
Get
first
right.
question. We're gonna do two of them specifically. First of all, what's the definition of a winner?
Any order y'all want to go in?
anybody can start.
I like
Anybody
that.
can start.
Any order y'all want to?
I think the definition of a winner is somebody that sees a win within whatever they do. Like they don't see any losses as either a lesson or, a win.
All right, Fresh.
Person that refused to quit.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Same thing I was
thinking
thinking.
a
Me too,
person
but I'm
that-
I'm trying not to say
A
that.
winner is
too,
a person that never
but
gives up because you never lose until you stop.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
It's a
That.
fact.
Yep.
And then now I want to say what's the definition of a loser?
A quitter.
Definitely.
Opposite of a winner. Giving up. Once you give up, it's over.
Yeah.
You can't win.
I think a loser is like a little more complex. Though. I think winners is kind of like a winner is like a person that a loser could be a person that just ain't even competing for real. You know what I mean? Like most of the losers I know don't even compete for
Not
real.
really trying.
You know what I mean? They don't even get in the game. They just sit on the sideline and be losers. You know? So I think a loser is a person that don't really put the effort to.
I want to add something to that. I would say I think loser coincides with complacency.
Elaborate.
Well,
So if you're stagnant in where you're at, real winners never stop. Like no matter how like gradual their progression is, they try to progress every single day, every single month, every single year.
yeah.
A loser could get to that a winner could get to the point and become a loser by just staying there. You're capable of much more, but you choose to just stay where you're at.
Yeah, stay comfortable.
Exactly. And your comfortability can always be taken from you.
Yeah. Once you stop, it's over. It's like you.
Yeah, seriously.
Life is like you just got to keep running that race. I know everybody hate that metaphor, but that's what it is. Like
a
I feel
rat
like
race,
that's
man.
when I'm the most healthy. I'm the most sane when I have a goal. If I don't have a goal, then
Challenge.
what's the point?
Real winners like challenges. If without a challenge in life, what is your purpose? That's the thing. If you're a winner, you know what your purpose is. You're trying to attain that purpose. A loser doesn't even know where to start, where to begin.
I like that.
Okay. Anybody want to elaborate on the winners and losers concept?
Yeah, I think as far as a winner too, though, you gotta understand, what field you thrive in.
That's facts.
Some of us compete in things that we shouldn't be competing in. You know what I mean?
Talk to him.
I compete in my strengths. I ain't trying to, compete in the NBA. I'm vertically challenged. I ain't trying to play soccer. That's not my sport. You feel what I'm saying? I compete in my strengths, and I live and I thrive there. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times we get out of the element of, our purpose. Maybe because, we see things that other people have.
I'm thinking
we
it
feel
could be
we can
us.
chase those goals. That's not your purpose. You ain't having success in it, In the Bible, it says, what's for you shall be fruitful.
Turn his mic up a
So,
little bit since it's far from him.
the tree you plant.
Bring your
tree
mic
you
in
plant-
a little closer.
Pardon me. The
Yeah.
tree you plant, if it's meant for you, it'll be fruitful. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So sometimes we gotta actually choose our lanes better. Everything that look good to us might not be good for us. You know what I mean?
How did you find out you were good at rap yourself, or did somebody else see it in you?
Everybody else seen it in me. And when I was in school, I was in 6th grade, and I went to school rapping, and everybody else told me I was good. And I was like, oh shit. Of course, I liked the attention and the applause, but that was the validation then. And then when I kept doing it, I kept getting compliments, and I kept progressing. It was never a moment where it was like, this shit ain't for you, You go through hate and turmoil, but it was always a progression thing. It was always, I'm good at this. You know what I mean? When I tried to play soccer, they told me I was ass. I ain't never jumped back on there like that. For real, you know what I mean? It wasn't my thing.
You
It
gotta
just
know
wasn't
it's for
me,
you.
You know what I mean? So, I feel like we got our callings, like I said. Sometimes, believe it or not, the things that call us that we actually good at, we might not pick for ourselves.
True.
You might be really good at something and know you good at something. That's your calling, but you defying against what you called to. So you're not having success in life because you're straying away from it. You know what I mean? It's like the book of Nineveh, like God telling you go here and this is your calling, but you refusing to go there. You got to kind of just,
That go with knowing yourself.
yeah.
How do y'all find out when you feel like aligned, like you feel like you doing not what you're supposed to be doing, but
It should come like natural to you. Honestly, you should feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, sometimes you
That's
gotta
what's-
explore, man. Like,
talk to him.
Life is
you know what I
exploration.
mean? Like
Talk to 'em.
sometimes you gotta explore. Like you would never really know what's good for you if you don't get out there. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Look, you do makeup, right? And I seen your work, and I'm an Aries. I'm a real, critical person. I don't try to be, but by nature, this is just who I am. But you are really good at your job, right?
Thank you.
And because of that, you thrive in it. So I feel like when you know what you're good at, it's gonna leave you full. You
Facts.
dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And and you would just thrive and live in it. You're gonna have success. Now, the amount of success, that's based on your ambition. But it's never a failure in it. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes people attribute success with having the biggest things. My success could be just me being successful for the rest of my life. As long as I could feed my family off my craft, I'm successful.
Talk to him.
You know what I mean?
Talk to
So
him.
so you could live in there. Now, however wide your ambition is, you could go from doing one person to a school, right? To a community, to giving a class, to makeup line. That's just your ambition. You know what I mean? And I think that as long as you live without fear, you could go as far as you want to go.
I feel that. This kind of go into what we was talking about earlier before the cameras came on.
Yeah.
So to be a winner, we talking about that topic, I feel like you have to have a deep sense of knowing yourself. And we were talking about earlier the cool factor. How everybody chase things and try to do things because it's cool. I think that takes away, it dims your own light because you just doing stuff because you feel like everybody else, like everybody else is doing it. That's how you don't know yourself, and you won't. I feel like you can't be a winner that way, being a follower, basically.
I would say this.
You got to do it because you want to do it. If it's cool to people or not, that's how.
I'll just say, just to start off, everybody can't be cool.
What
Everybody-
is cool? Like what makes something cool?
It's a popularity.
This is
thing.
gonna be the first thing I ever disagree with you on, but I think everybody can be cool.
Yeah, I was
Talk
gonna
to
say cool
'em.
is whatever you it's,
Yo,
it's
listen
to
whatever
me.
you want it to be.
Yo.
You just be
But
true
that's-
to who
and
you
when I-
are.
when I-
That's cool.
when I
Just
met-
being you is cool.
When I meant like by being cool, I meant like you're not gonna be popular.
popular.
Nah, I can't agree with that either.
What
That's
you
not
said?
the way
Not
life set
everybody
up.
can be popular.
All you gotta
No,
do
I'm
is
saying
try. All you got,
No.
like,
I meant like you might get hate. You might get hate for it. Like you might not be the cool thing, but it's cool to be you.
But
So
what's the
hate
cool?
being
That's
hate
why I
being
said ask you
popular,
what
that's
defines
odd.
cool.
Whatever
What's-
people define as popular.
No, it's whatever.
You mean like
you
the
could be-
recognition?
Yeah, like they find rap is cool. They defined. Sometimes people don't think school is cool. Well, most
Except
people.
for
Press-
the people that go to school.
Press,
I
get
think that
right.
it's
You
all
was
about
talking-
the-
talk-
Yeah, so basically this is how it is, right? This how I see life. So you cool in your environment. Where you at, you might not be cool, but that might not be your environment. You know? If you the king of bowling, it's a community for that.
Talk
You
to
get
him.
what I'm saying? Like if you good at numbers, there's a community for that. So you could be cool there. Maybe you're not cool on the rap scene. You dig what I'm saying?
That's kind of what you were saying.
So
though.
it's like rap might be cool to these people, but you could be cool. It just might not be your environment. You know what I mean? But I think everybody could be cool because we all listen. We was created to have communion, which means we was meant to be around each other. You know what I mean? So with that, you gonna find your people. You might just be around the wrong people. You know? Now, do I
You gotta find
believe
your
that
niche.
in our community, in the black community, because of hip hop and certain things that it boxes in with what we consider to be cool? Hell yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But outside of that, if we expand, I feel like people will be cool as hell. You probably just gotta do some other
Talk
shit.
to
a lot of
Yeah.
people just need some inspiration too. A lot of people
Yeah.
are not inspired.
Some direction.
Get
not
some
even
direction.
inspired.
We
People-
need other lanes, man. In this shit, we need other lanes, man. Niggas only know rap, basketball,
basketball.
Right.
drug dealing. You know what I mean? It's so niggas don't know nothing else. Niggas don't know architecture. Yo, you know how many people I know draw real well, but they don't know architecture. A lot of them done. Damn, only I could do is tattoos. Like, nah, you could do so much, bro. You know, you could design buildings, structures. You could do so much, but if you don't expand or if we don't have the knowledge to expand, we never gonna get there. You know
So
what I mean?
I'm gonna ask a question. Coming from our community, black
Yeah.
community, why do you think that there's a lot of people, especially young people, they can't look beyond the horizon of outside of rap, basketball, and selling drugs?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't see the moon up close without a telescope. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta have a bigger lens. Somebody gotta show it to them. You know what I mean? I couldn't see beyond my block. I had to get out of there. You know? A lot of people not fortunate to get out of there, but the people that do gotta be able to come back and spread the vision. You know? We get
That's-
pushed this, pardon me.
No, go ahead.
We get pushed this narrative, right? That when you make it, you gotta make it out. All right, but the only thing you're doing is leaving your people behind. That's it. So everybody can't come. Right? I know y'all heard that before, right? Like, yo,
Of
everybody,
course.
everybody
that all the
can't
time.
come, right? Everybody can't come, but that's actually a false narrative, though. That's fed to us. That's what's fed to black people. All of y'all can't come. How is it that all of us can't come, but all of y'all there?
No, you can't come along with me.
No, I'm saying come along as far as success.
Oh no, that's not true. Like nobody should be
look,
saying that.
you could come with me. You probably can't come on my boat because we all can't fit, but you can definitely come along with me. Nah,
Yeah.
for real though. You dig what I'm saying? Look, look, it's way more of them that's rich than it is of us,
Talk to him.
which means that we could come. You mean we can't come because y'all taking it up? Ain't no fucking way we can't come if by numbers is way more y'all that's living in the middle and upper class than it is us. We could come. Y'all got to move over. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're not about to sit here and say, oh, well, it's 100 of y'all niggas. We going to pick you. The rest of y'all can't come. You shitting me.
I'll say this.
You know what I mean? I'm not about to get rich to go kick it with these white men. That's what
true.
they want you to
That's
do. They want
true.
you to get rich,
That's
leave your
true.
people behind.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's the narrative. So everybody can't come from that because who the person saying the statement originally?
Dumb.
Yeah.
You dig
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
What you mean everybody
They
can't come?
planted it in our minds.
And I say this too.
That's how it is.
A lot of
shit
people
get
that become
planted in our
successful in our community, they get to a certain place and they think they're above everybody else. And on top of it too, they gatekeep a lot of information that could
I
help a
was
lot of
gonna
other
say
people.
The information is out here now, though. Now it's just
I was
the,
gonna say
Yeah,
those
but
people are
that's the
gatekeeping.
thing. But that's the thing. Information just coming from a source that they're not searching for doesn't have any validity for some people.
that's what I was gonna say. It gotta be you. You gotta have that drive. You gotta put yourself into situations. You gotta change yourself. Like You
Because if it's not coming from somebody that looks like you, that you've seen around, you probably might not think it's a possibility.
that's where that cool factor comes in
And
again.
that's where
But you just got to know
inspiration is.
yourself to be able to choose what you think is cool.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that's
no,
at the
and I
top
understand
is
that.
appointed to be at the top. They just not doing what they supposed to do.
I understand that.
Absolutely.
But
You know what I mean?
you're telling the individual to change, and a lot of people haven't been changing, and it comes from both sides. If you make it out and you're trying to actually help your people, you should come back and give that information as a face for you specifically. And also, you as an individual should look beyond the horizon, that look at the stats. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. They don't look at the numbers. They choose everything that has a very under 1% chance of happening. Like, yeah, I'm going to make it into the league. Well, are you higher, taller than 6'5", nice? Can you not get injured? Or I'm going to make it in rap. Look how much rappers out here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that make it. So why won't you put yourself in a field that has a higher percentage chance for you to even
That
go
goes
into?
back to what he was saying about that cool factor. It's
Yeah, but I
about
think-
we make what's cool.
All right, so what you going to do? Be cool and be broke?
I think this, right? Feel my struggle. Because y'all just said a whole lot. But just let me, I give my output on that shit real fast. All right, look. So let's start from the people that's at the top, right? So the people that's at the top think they above
Everybody.
everybody, right? They are. Because that's what God gave them. All right? Now, what you do with your gift is purely on you. You dig what I'm saying? If you appointed to be at the top and you get the money, right? We talked about a hero. All right. So what's the difference between a hero and a rich man? What's the quality? What's the number one quality of a hero?
He saves.
I'm selfless.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
the
rich-
quality of a hero.
Selfish.
I'm
selfish.
selfless. You dig what I'm saying? So, in turn, I'm gonna save. You know, your life is just as valuable. Matter of fact, it's more valuable than I'm willing to risk my life to save yours. All right. So the people at the top, right? They got to be able to come back and actually provide service and business to the people. Yo, it's enough for everybody, bro. But we don't learn the skills. This world is not purely ran on entertainment. You think what I'm saying? The
Facts.
business to service, right, makes up 1/3 of the
Planet.
economy.
Yeah.
You think what I'm saying? But we don't operate in the business of service. And the service that we do operate, we are the workers for the people that own the service. The truck drivers are mainly black, but the owners are mainly white.
Mm-hmm.
The drivers of Uber is mainly black, but the owners is mainly white. You dig what I'm saying? The people at the top, these people that get money, they get money off of whatever it is, entertainment, but they don't actually take the time to learn the business of service. Because if you do, then what you do is you take your money and you create jobs. You have millions of dollars, which means that you are starting higher than most of these people that started companies.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that money and you start a company. Business is service. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's enough money out here, bro. We just not in the field to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's a mindset thing, though.
Well, it is a mindset. It's a
Nobody-
mindset.
nobody-
And it's also a ploy, right?
Nobody
It's
looks for
people at the
ownership.
top. It's people at the top that's telling the people at the top that we can't really rock with you if you go fuck with the people at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which
at
is
that
true.
moment-
Which is very true.
And that, well, nah, bro. Nah, yo, listen, look. If you tell me that in order for me to get rich, I can't be amongst my people, then I don't want to be rich, bro. You mean to tell me I got to be rich and hide? There's no power in that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good. You dig what I'm saying?
Nah,
I
I
want to
meant-
be able to walk amongst my people. That is what is wealth to me. Wealth is being able to be celebrated and walk through to your people. To be
Yeah.
loved and rejoiced by your people. If I ever fall, they willing to give me fruit, food, comfort, shelter. That is love. That is being rich. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nah, I said it's true as in the fact that people do tell people, like, if you go mess with them, like, we gonna cut you off. Like,
I've been there, bro. I'm not speaking. Look, yo, I'm not speaking from opinion, bro. I was blessed enough to go in a lot of places, bro. If you follow me, look, I've been to LA, I've been to Miami, I've been around the rich parties. I never been to a Diddy party. You know what I'm saying? But I've been to other celebrity parties. You know what I mean? I also kicked it with a lot of rich people.
Talk to him.
You know, in these areas, meetings, and I sit quiet. You know, I tend to voice my opinion a lot when I come back to my people and try to give knowledge. You dig what I'm saying? But when I'm around them, I just sit and I be easy. I know who I am. I also understand that when I speak, because of who I am, that will intimidate and make people be quiet. You know, men fear strong. You know what I mean? So I remain silent in those situations and just soak up as much as I can. You know what I mean? Now, certain men lead with money to have power, things like that, right? I was naturally born to be this person. So I know my strength. So When I soak the game up, I understand. Like, all right, look, they're gonna use their money to leverage, right? And they power and opportunity is gonna make these people not want to fuck with these people. I could give you something, but you gotta follow what I say. Most of these people that we hear about is under control of somebody else.
Talk to
based
them.
on opportunity.
Facts.
Right? So they can't move around. They rich puppets. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them.
So what I'm saying is I never want to be that way.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree with you 1,000%. Remember when you asked me to be the host, I said, as long as I can say whatever I want. When you, like, I think that's the rapper in us, that selling your soul concept. If I can't be me and make the kind of music I want, I don't want the deal. Like,
Some of us.
that's that hip hop shit we was talking about too.
Got a price,
Some of
too.
these niggas is getting fucked in the ass
Got
for
a
shit.
number.
Remember
Some
when
niggas is doing wild shit.
Shit,
Remember-
yeah.
Everybody
You know what
got
I
a
mean?
number. Like you
Niggas
said.
is doing wild shit. You know what I mean? So, everybody do got a number. You know what I mean? My number belongs to God. You feel what I'm
talk to
saying?
him.
There's no other number that could be called. There is no amount of money. I came from another side. You know what I mean? I didn't come from, like the goody two. Like I was probably the baddest of the baddest for real. You know what I mean? And when I gave my life to God and surrender, it was like there is no way you could corrupt me. You feel me? Because I could be a king in the devil army. I already know that. I already was. Like it was a point in time where you come here, this is my shit. You can't really say too much. I could do whatever. You know what I mean? But all that shit was paid back in me doing evil deeds. You dig what I'm saying? So I know where I could go being that person. But being in God's army is like none of that shit attribute because all of that shit leave fast. Like you have money but it leave. You know what I mean? Like you have success but it leave. You have power but it leave. None of that shit is forever. So yeah, ain't no number you could give me for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only God could give me my number.
That
That's right.
kind of segues into the hip hop rap conversation we was having in the studio earlier where remember when you used to ask a rapper if he was a rapper and
Oh, yeah.
they wouldn't shut up, they just actually rapped?
Yeah.
Like, but
Nah, that's
now
a
it's
fact.
like
Now a nigga pull a phone out. Yo, listen to this. Like, yo, spit that shit. Nah, listen to this right here. Like, yo, come on, bro. You rap or not? Like, that's how a nigga gonna do. You know what I mean? Nigga start telling you about the plays he got, shit like that. Like,
oh, and what you was saying, because you like you said, you've been Atlanta, you actually move around, you mobile, you got
Man.
you in motion.
I'm blessed,
So-
bro. I thank God every day, yo. I
Talk
did
to
10
him.
years in prison. I was away for most of people's life, and for the time I came home, bro, I traveled so many places, bro. You know
Talk
what I
to
mean?
him.
Like in the country, out the country. You know what I mean? I've had the ability to drive some of the fastest cars and be in the nicest spots and wearing the nicest clothes and eat the best food, and shit has been like a real blessing, you know, and I give it all to God. I'm gonna keep giving it to him. And yeah, so it's a blessing, man. You know what I mean?
Since we talking about the winners and losers, and you've been around, so you speaking from experience. I
Yeah.
like to listen to that. So you was talking earlier in the studio about the A&Rs, the club promoters. What kind of mindset you think they got? The winner, loser, like how you was talking about that.
You know, not for nothing, man. Like, you know, I'm a man. I be watching this show and we like men and women and shit like that. But yo, niggas be corny. You know what I mean? Like, so when you give a corny nigga power, you gotta expect mad corny. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas be mad, out of touch. Niggas do corny shit because they got power. And that's just kind of how that shit go. Like, the shit'll be super slow, you feel me? Because these niggas be booty niggas for real. They live on, you know what I mean? They be trying to be somebody they not. Like, you know, niggas would be cool, straight, narrow niggas their whole life. Make it to that position and then want to be a gangster. Like, that ain't, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let us do our job. Like, and you do your job, you know?
Word.
So they be so out of touch. And then honestly, like I said, you know, you can't give certain men power, you know what I mean? Because when you do, you will see the evilness come out of them.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? That
That's
shit get
facts.
manipulated for their own personal gain. So with that, it's a lot of people that ain't gonna, you know, get they shot because I might could do something for him. He really nice. Or I could bring this chick up here and probably get some pussy from her. Because, you know what I mean? Nah, this is how
like,
it is, right? And before,
corny
you know, and
shit.
I'm not the one telling it. The females will tell it. I know you've heard plenty stories about females that was, you know, able to advance in their career because niggas wanted something from them. You know what I mean? Lust is one of the, strongest sins known to man. So niggas will use their power to get this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Or nigga will see somebody he nice, but look, that nigga really him. You a little intimidated. This is how it is. Or I want you to bow. You know what I mean? I want you to do some shit that might jeopardize your integrity to get this. You know? This is where the Diddy situations and the shit like that. Well, you want this, what you willing to do for it? You know what I mean? And if you
Everybody
really
got a
a real
number.
nigga, then it's like, you know what? I'm going to stay at the bottom. That's it. Like,
It just take longer when you don't sacrifice your integrity, because it's like,
you might not never get there.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
want
I mean?
you to-
That's
you
the
gotta-
reality
And
of
are
it.
you
gotta be
okay
okay
with
with-
that?
you gotta be
And
okay
are
with
you
it.
okay with that?
I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. Y'all set
I'm
back.
okay
talk
with
to
it,
him.
so.
Y'all
Talk to
set
him.
back, right? And I'm like, look, right, not for nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm probably the hottest nigga out this bitch right now, bro. Like, I'm going viral organically, right? You feel what I'm saying? I'm rapping, I'm doing all this
Right.
shit, all this opportunities. And I'm like, yo, I never set with an A&R. I never set with a label. I never set with none of that. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. You feel what I'm saying?
perspective.
But when I speak, people listen though. When I'm in the
Right.
room, these niggas shiver.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like niggas
You
know
have the
what's
same
real.
impact.
You know what's authentic. You know what I mean? So it'd be like, you know what? Maybe I ain't meant to be in that little structure y'all got. Cause that shit crumbling. I don't want to be in a house that's falling. So what I do, I just start building my own house. We doing good over here. You know what I mean? Nobody could put a limitation on what God got for me. You know what I mean? So fuck it. I might not never make it that way. But y'all niggas don't control the people though. You
So
dig what I'm saying? Y'all control that shit.
there's one
You
thing.
know what I
There's,
mean?
there's one thing I want to ask
You know?
specifically.
That's a fact.
Because you're talking about how you don't want to be in that lane where people orchestrating everything. So I don't know if y'all seen like, and it's still gonna be a little bit political, but more so like the social media, how everybody's watching social media over mainstream media now,
of course,
and the fact that it's kind of like crumbling now, like the orchestrated
like
media.
legacy media. they
Yeah,
call it,
legacy
yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that everybody want real shit now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why streaming is popping right now, because you get to see everything. People
Yeah.
want to see what kind of cereal you eat. They want to
Yeah.
see.
They want to know if that shit authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want to see the lifestyle.
Everybody
Yeah.
lonely. That's why nobody don't
Yeah.
got no friends. So
Yeah.
they want
Watching
to.
other people's lives is weird now.
It's crazy.
Word, I'm glad I live life outside of this
Yeah.
shit too.
Talk to
That's
'em.
as important.
Seriously.
You feel what I'm saying? You gotta have a life outside of this. You know what I mean? But not for nothing though. Mainstream media been like the biggest spoon feed of false information for the longest.
Facts.
Oh
And I
my
think
goodness,
that,
bro.
Facts.
Once
Glad you brought that up.
the veil was kind of unveiled, like once we seen that it was just a bunch of smokes and lies, like I don't want to watch that shit. Yo, if
No.
I know you gonna keep lying to me, why the fuck I'm gonna keep listening to you? You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not. What the fuck? I'm not tuning into that shit. Like y'all niggas all telling the same lie, and then it come out later from a nigga with a phone that's actually on scene. Like that ain't what happened.
You-
Look, this was
He got another angle.
Yeah,
You know what I
mean?
hate
Like,
about
show
it the
happened.
most?
So
They losers. The ones that, like you said, at the top, because
The
they
kid.
doing corny shit like feeding that shit to my grandmother every day, and now she
Yo.
worrying every
My mom told me
day.
about
Like
every little Facebook
I
post,
hate
too,
that
like,
shit. Like
Did you see
Yeah.
y'all
this?
trying to
I'm
get
like,
a bag,
"Nah,
but
that's
now
not
y'all
this."
messing with my grandmother emotions. Like y'all just
Yeah,
lying.
right.
You know
I
what it
hate
is?
that shit.
Truth don't sell.
But why though?
But
why?
they
'Cause
keep
it's
watching
boring.
though.
Nah,
That's what he said. The truth don't sell.
Like
That's
yeah,
a
that's
great.
because the
but
lie
why?
is more entertaining.
Yeah.
The
Mm,
lie is
talk to
always
him.
But they
more
found a way to
entertaining,
even
man.
get like the elderly
what I
at this
mean?
point, because there's a lot of older people on social media now too.
Yeah,
but
because-
they figuring out how to control social media now too. A lot of people. So look, right? A lot of these agendas that we hear are, and it's just me being an artist. You know what I mean? A lot of the agendas that we hear is actually being sponsored by somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like for all of these social lights and people to post things, that shit ain't just like, oh, I'ma just post this shit. Nah, like niggas get paid budgets behind the scenes to do
Nah,
that.
that's true.
You know what I mean? I won't be surprised if like 50 get paid to say some shit. Like niggas get paid to speak on shit, you know? So that's how this shit is. Like it ain't like it's social media, but don't get it twisted. Like the algorithm will get tricked based on like, all right, look, if we could pay him and pay him and pay him and pay him to talk about this
That's
story,
facts.
it's the same shit as putting it on, channel 9,
Yeah.
channel 5. It's the same shit.
True.
You know
I'll,
what I mean?
I'll say this though, like at least, but social media, it's kind of hard to control this shit though. Like as in, I'm trying to think what's the word for it.
It's
like when,
definitely.
when something like happens and you try to like calm it
Compress
down,
it,
compress it,
and
like
hide it. Yeah,
like
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, you can't
Like
do
if
that no
if
more.
you post something right now and something happened and you was to post something,
Yeah.
it'll be hard for like the legacy corporations to be like, all right, like calm that down.
Word, yeah.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
We
mean, it's
moving into a
dangerous,
new
though.
era where I want to hear what you think about this, Press, where like you said, being a winner, you might not never make it if you keep your integrity. But I think we shifting into a time where it's about to be a lot of new winners because with social media now, it's so many channels that I follow where I trust that person. The integrity is there. And when they speak on something, it's like, all right, at least I know this person did they due diligence. Like, they're going to tell me if, like how we said, if we ever end up lying to the people or misquoting something, we coming back and correcting that shit because we want to keep the integrity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what social media is doing right now. At least you could go out there and find the creators that you trust.
Yeah.
With social,
I feel
with the legacy media and Fox News and all that shit, it was like, you just being spoon fed, but now you got a
True,
choice.
true.
They gave everybody a voice to be able to say their
Not-
opinion,
not
their
even-
perspective.
I won't even say that. I would say like we was trusting them without no accountability.
That too. Yeah,
No, it really was.
Because
I
they're
mean,
a
there was
big
no way to
name.
respond to them niggas.
No,
back
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Like,
Send
you know,
an
social
email.
media now.
Send an
You say
email.
some shit, this
we
niggas
can all
in the
click off
comments.
on one
What
post.
you talking about, bro?
Send an
You know
email,
what
be
I
like,
mean?
yo, why
Yeah.
y'all saying that?
You know
Why
what
y'all
I mean?
lying?
Yeah, it was no way to
And now social media is making businesses go down, like go downhill as far
Yeah.
as like your experience you writing on Yelp or writing your
Yeah.
reviews, like
Reviews,
reviews.
yeah.
but that goes to fragile minds.
And
I
you can
mean, don't get me
fabricate
wrong.
reviews, too.
I do look up like Yelp reviews sometimes before I go to a place, but
You do. You know how
I-
many people search up like
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Even,
I search
even,
a lot
even
of
the
stuff.
Amazon
Yeah,
reviews, I'm
reviews.
skeptical of, bro. If that shit don't got a picture and video,
Yes,
bro,
or
I'm
review.
not
I'm not
fucking with
buying
it.
it.
But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You
you
still
can
have
buy
your
them
own autonomy. You're gonna
can
do your
buy them
research and
shit.
stuff, but
Yeah.
you still decide. Like, it's
Niggas
been
on
places where
Fiverr
people,
getting
the whole
bad
thing will be like,
reviews, like-
this place is trash.
It's
But
like-
if I want to
it's
try it,
all
It's like
Fiverr,
how
you know what I'm
motherfuckers be
saying?
buying followers, bro. Like I don't
Yo,
trust your
that's
account.
mad
Like at this
followers.
point, bro,
Yeah.
I don't trust that you got a
Mad
check,
ghost
bro.
followers.
That's what I'm talking about. And
to
shout
him.
out to y'all niggas too while we at it with y'all fake followers and shit. Y'all be had,
crazy.
listen, let me tell you niggas something. You hear me? Cause they about to make me get ignorant. But look though, yo, you bitch ass niggas, like y'all got a nerve to have an ego with me and y'all got fake followers. Like, bitch, like you better calm the fuck down.
think
You
y'all
know what I'm
equal.
saying? We ain't
They
equal,
think
my
y'all
nigga. It's mad Japanese bots on your shit. Like, what you talking about, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, niggas sit here,
Mad
'cause they
spam.
they pop out with 40K, like 39
Yeah.
bots on your shit.
With
like,
no
fuck you
videos,
talking
no viral
about?
videos, no
Yeah,
nothing.
No
you ain't got
comments,
No,
no
like, how
nothing.
you get there, my nigga?
Who
How
are
you?
you?
Get there?
That
Like,
shit.
why
In
haven't
the
I heard
comment-
of you?
In the comments, seeing
Popping
somebody
out
with their
with
kids
mad-
and family, nice work.
Word.
Come on, yeah. Nice job. Oh, this picture's amazing. Like,
Beautiful.
It's a video. What you
Yeah.
mean this picture's amazing? Like,
Yo.
Go click on that profile. That shit got zero
Yeah,
followers
bro.
and fucking following 500 people.
They don't got a profile.
Listen, I swear to God, yo, look, I don't know if y'all follow me on social media,
Yo, that shit's
but
so
this is
funny.
the reason why on social media, on TuneCore,
was
all
funny,
this shit, y'all I just be transparent. You heard?
Talk to 'em.
Cause look, you niggas is buying YouTube views. How the fuck y'all
You
hit
could do
2
that?
million? You got 2 million. Yeah, you could buy anything. But these niggas got 2 million YouTube views and I don't know the song. You right next door. We in the same town. I ain't heard this bitch once. What you mean you got 2 million views?
They be like
With
lit in
18
other
comments
countries.
on a-
No, sometimes
18
people be lit in
comments.
other countries and shit. They be lit, they be
Man,
famous
niggas
on
don't-
TikTok.
No, niggas don't be lit in other
They-
countries.
they
The
do.
views come from other countries. You could buy mad African views. Like, mad, and nah, you know what I mean? Get the fuck out of
How
here.
you buying
These
African
niggas,
views?
yeah, I'm
That's
telling
so
you, bro.
funny.
Listen, bro.
that's
Yo,
that
no, it's
integrity,
true.
bro.
You could buy, my nigga,
that
I know
integrity.
because niggas try to offer me the service before.
But at least buy
Like-
somebody's social media because
You
can't you
dig what
buy
I'm
your
saying?
page?
Like, niggas
real
try to offer
followers.
me the
Yeah,
service.
you
Like,
could
bro,
you
I'm
could buy
like,
it,
at
but
least
like
buy
it's not
somebody
you
real.
though.
do that shit.
What you
man.
did? Reincarnate?
Niggas be doing mad shit. Like,
Yo, what happened to bro?
Like,
What happened to
Nigga,
bro?
bro.
Is he
fuck
alive?
it, man.
Fucking
The one else was
I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, we gotta find out. We gotta
We
find that
had,
out.
we had a
Somebody
guest
passed
that
away?
No.
Nah.
We had a
Now
guest.
we laughing, but when he
Word,
asking
not
that
funny.
question, that nigga sounds
Word.
All right, come on.
That's
We got,
exactly
all right,
what
come
you
on. We
ended
got
up
to do the
saying.
context. We got to do the context. We got to do the context because that's crazy.
All right,
Crazy.
all right.
These
I-
niggas
Yeah,
don't
go ahead.
mean
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so dude reach out. He want to be on the show. We book him for the Sunday, 7 days apart. He was adamant. Told me to hit up Alexis and book him like immediately.
Priority. Make me a
Yeah,
priority.
make me, yeah, that's what he said
Yeah.
verbatim. Make me a priority. So we like, all right, he must got something to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
The day comes, not only did he
I'm like-
flake, his Instagram profile
Like
is gone.
vanished. Like he just
Oh, he
vanished.
deactivated it.
Nah,
That's what we say. He
He prioritized his
deactivated
death.
this shit, my nigga.
That's what he
Nigga
did.
probably done caught a
Yo.
hat out that
Yo.
bitch and got low. Who y'all was booking? That nigga might have been minutes for real.
Oh man,
I say he probably trying to set us up because we was the last people he was supposed to be with.
That nigga about to,
Now you
yeah.
just God. Like
Nigga
Yeah.
disappeared, man.
Bruh,
Yo, but
comments
this a great
disappeared,
platform,
likes
you know what I
disappeared.
mean? This a great
appreciate
platform.
you.
I
Yours
think that you a
too.
great addition.
Thank
You
you.
feel what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and also, Feel My Struggle. The show is out right now. Tune in if y'all want to see me up there. But yo, look, right, y'all. I want to say y'all appreciate y'all because without y'all, I would have never realized that this was like something I could do. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. I ain't really got to get into too many details, but that's like this shit kind of exposed me to something else. You know what I mean? Like every day as a man we grow and shit. I was kind of like in a shell. I was so into the street and shit that when I first did my interview here, it was like I was type nervous of what to say.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, like, you know, I stay to myself and shit. I forget what I said. I'm like, yo, I keep my distance from niggas. Yeah, like I love a nigga from a distance. Cause I was going through some serious shit though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I had the open case and like confidential informant. I was really going through street shit. So I'm like, I don't know what I could say up this bitch. I just
Yeah.
got it. And
You
I'm
don't
still
wanna get too loose.
yeah,
and
you
just
feel what
be-
I'm saying? I still move the same way. But I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.
and
Thank
the
you.
success from that shit showed me like, oh, you know what? You could do some other shit, pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So,
congratulations on your show too. Like when we first seen it, we was
Appreciate it.
like,
This
this
shit
He the
right
fire.
up
perfect
your
person.
alley. Like we
He the
was
perfect
like,
person.
You
Like,
are the
Word
perfect
up.
person for that.
I
Like,
appreciate
it.
it,
Just
man.
fits you so well.
I
You
like the
gotta be
topics
consistent,
that
bro.
you talk on too. How you plan like moving and doing that? Like, what is there a main agenda that you have with the?
yes, I'm trying to revamp my people, man. You know what I mean? I know it might sound a little cliche and shit, but it's like, everything I ever been through, is just like, you know, if I don't uplift my people, then the knowledge I have is going to waste. You dig what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. You know, we all want to get rich, but I gotta have a greater purpose. You know?
Yeah.
I grew into like the boss, but I was always the leader. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Since I was young, I was always the leader. So it's like, I feel like God ordained me to be that, you know, because I never forced nobody to follow me. People just follow me.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, you got to understand, you got to lead people into a right passage. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yep.
it's like, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, all right, look, I got a voice, right? When I speak, people listen. I speak from my heart and I speak with conviction. So it's like, where
Talk
we
to 'em.
going? You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I know where I'm going to take y'all now, you know? I'm going to take y'all to where most people fear. You know, people fear being a revolutionary, man. And they got it right to, because most of the revolutionaries we had ended up assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't fear things, bro. I never feared death. A lot of shit, a lot of things that made me who I am today is because shit might have could have killed me, but I went against it. You know what I mean? And you know, those stories is legendary in the street, even from the niggas I beef with. I beef with the niggas that they say tough guys, bro. If you in tune with shit, I beef with the niggas that's supposed to be the tough guys, but they scared of me though. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I move like that. But that's small fish now, you know? Now it's like I got a bigger purpose. It's like, all right, cool. It's people that I could save. It's people that's in jeopardy. We losing people every day and everybody complaining, but ain't nobody trying to change the shit.
Facts.
That's
You know what I mean?
facts.
So I'm just hoping that my little podcast could do some big things. You feel me?
You
Like,
definitely
shit.
be dropping gems. I can't remember if it was the first or second episode that we did together, but when you said if you trying to get where you gotta go, but if you stop and address everybody that say something,
Yeah,
I
you'll
was
never
like,
get
he's
there.
talking. Like,
You'll never get there.
like
you know?
that was
I had to
facts.
experience that as I was living it. As I gave it to you, I was living it. You know, at that moment, I was going viral, and I start seeing niggas that'll never speak out of pocket. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Starting to say, I'm like, who the fuck? And I caught myself though for a second, like, who the fuck you talk to? You talk? And I'm like,
Right.
hold up, yo, these niggas trying to treat bitch ass.
They trying to
niggas.
trick you out your spot.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, because now they like, I'm like, you know what? I bit down like, y'all got it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the moment I stop y'all over here, I'm not doing this shit over here. You feel what I'm saying? So I
Facts.
just kept doing what I had to do. But I realized the game that niggas will play, you know?
That's another
Like-
part of being winners and losers too. Winners got that. You gotta have that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable being by yourself, bro.
You gotta be comfortable being disliked.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And
He-
winners,
yeah.
winners are always people who study and gonna forever be a student as well.
Yeah.
Adaptability
Fact.
is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fact. Yep.
Word up. And
Losers
that's
don't
crazy
wanna
because right
change.
now I'm a student.
Yeah.
You hear me? Like, y'all be really studying this podcast
Yeah.
shit. I study the shows.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm watching mad shit from podcasts to shows to everything.
That's
You got any
another- that's-
favorites?
That's a
Being
winner.
Successful.
That's a winner.
I'll say this right now. Your show specifically, you already got the setup and you got your character. You don't need nothing else, but just to learn how to push it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
And stay
That's something to
consistent.
learn.
That's it.
You know, that's probably the biggest thing, honestly. Marketing and knowing how to push it, probably the biggest thing for real. You know what I mean?
Wallow has said something about marketing that I thought was crazy, but he was like, it was game for me because you put me on a lot of business, but I think it was a quote like, "There's God and then marketing," and I was just like, damn, everybody, anything that you're doing, it was most likely marketed to you.
Yeah,
Like,
because
yeah.
how are you gonna have the best product but nobody knows about it?
That's a lesson
have
I
the
had to
worst
learn the hard way.
You could have the worst product and it be marketed well and it's all over and now people think it's a good product
Talk to him.
because they don't know that your product's out there.
Yeah.
I had that. I don't know if you ever felt that, but when I was a rapper, I kind of felt like promoting myself was almost like selling out. Like I used to love being in the studio, making the songs, all of that, and then drop it and never promote it. Like,
Feels like
You
you're
ever-
trying to
have you-
convince people, right?
yeah, like, have you
Yeah.
ever felt that and dealt with?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, I get a little arrogant sometimes. You hear me? I be like, fuck you niggas. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep pushing my shit though. Like, unfollow me, motherfucker. Like, you don't like what you see?
Yeah.
Unfollow me. The people that do fuck with me, they gonna fuck with me. You know what I mean? But I definitely used to look at it like, why the fuck I gotta keep dropping the same song? You know what I mean? Like, I know, but I understand it though. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker, people, pardon me, I started cursing like Samuel L. Jackson. But yo, look, people might not be on social media on Monday and Tuesday, but they might be up there Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, the music is timely, you know? You could put something in front of people's face 100 times, but they're gonna choose to read it when they want to read it. So it's like, you know what I mean? I just kind of look at it like that. And I stopped looking for people to, give me the results that I was looking for. You know, I'm like, all right, I probably got to spread out a little bit more. And then it's like, you get what you want. You know what I mean? I used to look for the people that was around me to so much support and shit like that. But now it's like, once you start growing, you like, man, you don't even realize it, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, once you start getting thousands of likes and shit like that, you ain't really noticing, 2 or 3 people that's in there or not in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This motherfucker's probably sitting down right now that I ain't like your post. I ain't notice it, my nigga. I hope you notice it's 3,000 people that liked it. I hope you don't think I went through all of those to see if you was in there. You feel me? Like, fuck, nigga.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? But when I first started out, though, and I was 120 likes, I'm like, who in here? Oh, this nigga ain't like my shit. Like, But like I said, you got to just grow out. You know what I mean? You know?
That's
But
another.
don't ever lose sight of that though. Don't ever keep that in mind though. The motherfuckers that ain't liking your shit though, keep that in mind. Cause them the motherfuckers when you grow, them the niggas gonna be hating right there.
Somehow you can see them then.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I
all the
was
way in there
following,
now.
I was following you since day one, my
Yeah,
boy.
I ain't never
Can
see
you
you
put
like
me on?
nothing or
Like,
comment on nothing.
Get the fuck out my face,
Know
bro.
what I mean? Like,
You know how many times I
niggas
heard
start
that?
feeling like you owe them something.
Yeah,
too,
like
you know?
entitled,
I start
yeah.
realizing that, like, you know what I mean, with this shit right here. And it's funny, right? Because it's like this how life works and shit. So look, so in the hood, right? Like when I'm in the hood and shit or whatever, when I used to be in the hood and shit. Boom. So I'm in my city. We in Patterson. So I came home at a weird time. Like it was like damn near like the Twilight Zone. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because everybody was a rapper. So it was like a stage. Nah, for real, it was like a stage. Though. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody had a persona. Like everybody was somehow lit. It was mad shit going on, right? So this is me. I just
What
came
year
home.
was that?
I came home 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So I first came home 2016. You feel what I'm saying? After doing the 10, but I was only home for like 70 something days.
You
and
did
shit.
10 years?
Yeah, I did 10 years. I came home after doing the 10.
Oh yeah, you weren't here the first episode. Yeah.
I did after doing the 10, I came home. I was home for like 70 something days. You know what I mean? I went through mad shit. Like I came home, my mom passed away the year before I came home, so
Rest in
I lost
peace.
my foundation. So I didn't have like a home or nothing. After doing 10 years, I didn't even have clothes. That along a place to stay. So you know what I mean? Like I went to the first thing I know, which was I started trapping again. I started trapping after 10 years, probably like 2 weeks home. And I was going to school and working though. You know what I mean? But I was forced to pay bills. Niggas ain't give a fuck
Right.
that I just
course.
did 10 years. So I ended up catching the case, went back to jail. So when I came home 2018, I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm back in the street. But it's like,
A million rappers.
yeah, it's like a million rappers. You know what I
Everybody's
mean?
finding themselves or trying to find themselves. around that
Everybody got an ego out this bitch. You know what I mean? Everybody got an ego. Like everybody that nigga, which is cool to be that nigga. You know what I mean? But be humbly that nigga. Like, or at least have some shit to show for it, you know? Like, you that nigga without
be
being
that nigga, like,
yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, no, I'm not saying, like, be that
That
nigga,
nigga
like,
with no
itself.
stats.
I'm saying, like, you might be that nigga at work. Like, if I get a UPS job and you that nigga at that job, you know what I mean? Like, if we in them, like, you in this rap shit and you that nigga, be that nigga. Like, you got some shit going on. You know what I mean? Don't be
feel
like,
that.
I'm that nigga because I know that nigga that know that nigga and that nigga.
Yeah,
and
you
we
gotta
all
be.
them
You
niggas.
gotta have
But,
some
like,
sort
yo,
of results.
yeah,
Like you
like,
said,
yeah,
how
you
you
feel what I'm
arrogant but
saying?
with nothing behind
With
it.
nothing.
That-
You know, nothing. Or you lying to me, knowing you just bought mad streams and shit. Like, I'm that nigga. I got mad bullshit.
Look how many
streams.
followers I got.
Like, what the fuck is you talking
Like-
about, my nigga? And then you actually buy, like, how fake you gotta be to fake some shit and then fake some shit that you faked to put some fake shit out. Like, I faked the streams, the numbers. Now I'm faking the character to go with all. Like,
Nah.
man, you
Jewelry,
got
everything.
shit.
Like,
They faking the check too. They gotta buy that
Now
shit
look at
too.
this. Now look at the twist. Now look at the twist, right? This is where it get crazy at, right? Because I came home and I went back to the trap. All right, but I'm me though, bro. You know what I mean? So I start running it up, right? So I'm in Benzes out here. This shit you ain't acting in this. I'm in $200,000 cars out here. Yeah, I know y'all shooting video shoots. I'm in these cars though. Whether I rent them or not, my nigga, I'm in this shit for 3 weeks. It's $800 a day. This you can't fake receipts, nigga.
lifestyle. Yeah,
you can-
But y'all niggas got an ego with me. I could buy your label, your bullshit ass label, and you over here got an ego with me. I don't know about like what the fuck is you niggas talking about?
yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So that was my dilemma with niggas. It was like, wait a minute, yo, am I in the fucking Twilight Zone or not? I'm going to the strip club. I'm throwing money in this bitch. I see these niggas. They at the bar just sitting there. Like, hold the fuck up, bro. Yeah, niggas getting mad at me. Like this, I made mad enemies just from really being authentic.
And they mad at their
The
girl.
dogs
They
won't-
mad at the bitches in there. They mad at their
Oh,
girl.
man, I
They
don't-
take it out on it. Yeah.
You know how
Damn.
much I got into over girls, bro, that I never actually like
with.
dealt with or try to even holler at, bro? Like you would be surprised, bro. Like it's niggas that don't like me because I said hi to a female that said hi to me first.
It's
Like it
also-
never went past that, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Or DM. My nigga, I DM everybody, bro. I'm a hustler, nigga.
Right.
I go through my
Right.
DMs. Yo, listen, my nigga, I made 200 something plus sales in a matter of like 2 weeks. I DM'd every fucking body.
I gotta
You
take
dig what
it.
I'm saying?
I'm jotting down game with that one.
I sold my album for $20, $10 to everybody, nigga. You know what I mean? Shout out to her, like she bought it. I DM'd you. She like, and females buy my shit. A nigga would get, oh, you talking to that nigga? Like, what the fuck is going on, my nigga? What you dig what I'm saying though? What's going on? Like a lot of shit that niggas deal with. I wasn't. You know, I'm older than y'all. I'm older than all of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? But nigga, I wasn't even brought up on that shit from back. Like, I'm not worried about where another nigga like
Word.
I
get
was-
going.
I
I'm
was
Nobody
not
just
should
about
be
to
worrying
say,
about
yep.
nobody.
Like, why the
Facts.
fuck am I worried about? You know what I mean? Like,
That
yo,
shit's
my
super
nigga,
corny.
Niggas worry about pussy that don't belong to them.
Word.
I don't understand that shit.
Talk to
You
him.
know what I mean? Niggas like, yeah, like, you know, this bitch pop out with a nigga, and the nigga, why you worried about who she popping
Word.
out with? That ain't even your pussy. You never even smelt it. You
Story
know
of
what I
my
mean?
life.
Like, what the fuck is you niggas talking about? Yeah, niggas be doing mad weird shit.
Yeah.
Then niggas that start fake beef in they head with you about some like, yeah, I don't like that nigga. Why the fuck you don't like me, my brother? I never met you.
Because you don't like yourself.
And I
Like,
told
what
you
are you
before,
talking about?
niggas do bring up niggas a lot. Like I know
Niggas
y'all
stay
men, but
bringing up niggas.
niggas bring up niggas
That's
a
some
lot.
female shit, bro.
Especially if they think it's somebody we talk or it's somebody that's even our type. Like if
Nigga,
he your
niggas
type,
be
he gonna
mad
bring.
weird,
You
man.
worried about
The wrong shit.
Niggas be
Niggas
like,
be
yeah.
broke, bro.
Niggas be seeing
Niggas be
girls
broke
like,
as
yeah,
fuck.
like,
you worry about the
yo, this
wrong
shit don't
shit,
even
bro.
be about
Like,
money, my nigga. Like, yo, look.
It be about
Let me
aura.
It's
tell
like
you
clout.
something. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Look, yo.
Clout.
Women,
They
women,
call it aura
women,
now.
Women to
I'm
know,
trying to use the words, the
Okay.
new words.
women to know, women to know a nigga potential, they can see it. Women to know a true king, they can see it.
Talk to him.
Like women to know if a nigga authentic or square.
Talk
Whether
to
they
him.
choose to
Yes.
move forward on it is based solely on what they could gain.
Mm-hmm.
They might fuck with a whack ass nigga if he got money. You dig what I'm saying? But when they meet a thorough nigga, they know, right? This the thing though. These niggas know it too. Right? But these niggas that get mad at the girl for the nigga that they hating on being thorough. Bro, I don't got nothing to do with that. Why you asking her why she liking my pictures?
Fix yourself.
I seen you in that nigga likes. Why is you going through my likes? Worry about who? Like, what the fuck is you talking about,
No,
brother?
seriously.
Like, yo, it's no circumstance at all to where I should come up in your conversation with that woman.
I wouldn't even
You know
feel
what I
right
mean?
bringing up another woman's name.
Like,
Like,
it's
I,
no,
I feel
it's
like
no,
ain't
come on, my
nobody
nigga, like,
can make me really bring their
my
name
nigga.
up for real. Like,
my
Worry
nigga,
about
listen.
yourself. Everybody worry about everybody
I'm
else.
not even letting nobody else have that though. I'm not
nigga.
even gonna let you
Giving
have
too
that.
much people real estate, bro.
Nigga, listen, yo. If she never dealt with this nigga, you don't like. Why is you bringing up? No, we don't even. She never fucked with him. You ain't like. You don't know. Y'all just bringing up a nigga. Now when you see me, I'm wondering why you mean mugging me though, cause you like a chick that probably was following me or like the picture. Like niggas be weird as hell, bro. I'm telling you, like you know, niggas is some of the
I think niggas be going the wrong
most
way.
complex creatures on the earth.
Niggas be going the wrong
They
way.
be
to
going the
him.
wrong way.
You know what I
Talk
mean? It's
to
like,
him.
you know, we got categories, man. You know what I mean?
'Cause
You
I don't
got
know.
niggas and then you got bitch niggas. You know what I mean?
Bitch niggas be
It's
having
like-
too many niggas real estate in their head,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Yeah,
Got a
that's why
house
I
in their
said,
head.
you get these bitch niggas power, a position, and some money.
Oh, it's
and
over
then
with.
now we got the rap game. No cap. That's exactly how the rap game is. These pussy niggas, man. These niggas start clicking up. You know what I mean? Just wondering.
Numbers.
I like that
You
one.
get
niggas.
numbers like you
Yeah,
said.
That's it. Like, I'm in it. I'm at it with 30 niggas. Like the fuck is you bitch ass niggas talking about? How y'all even all get up together in here?
Seriously.
They
Like,
all
y'all
talking
be
about
mad.
the same nigga. That's why.
My
Like,
nigga.
They be making friendships.
Nah, you know what-
That's
hating
why
it-
my
hating
friend was like,
niggas.
niggas be
Yeah.
knowing all the tea.
Oh,
Niggas be huddling up.
Niggas,
talking
you
with
know how
each
they have
other.
a fan group? Niggas be
Catching
starting
up.
a hate group, bro.
Yeah, niggas.
Hating that one
definitely
nigga.
do. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yo, no bullshit. That's tight where I'm at right now in New Jersey, bro. I'm telling you, it's like I got like a secret hate group. You hear me? Word up, our mommies.
No.
It's
Oh,
mad
man.
niggas that low key be hating, but just keep that shit over there. Cause one thing about me is I will smack the shit out you niggas. Straight like that. I really could fight.
Yeah,
Straight like
straight
that, nigga. Fuck all that extra shit.
That's how I
nigga.
be
Y'all
feeling,
niggas
too.
do mad hoe shit.
Oh,
Look what these
man.
niggas
It's a-
do though.
It's the same thing for the females too. Like since I'm quiet, I'm a makeup artist. Like a lot of bitches be think
Hating.
it should be sweet, be hating. I got people who get in shops after me, buying this. Niggas, if they could copy my fucking kid, they would. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
really creepy out here.
Mad.
Literally.
Mad copy and
Like,
paste.
People don't have their own. They don't know themselves. That's what they go back to. The winners and
Yeah.
losers
I mean,
shit.
they say imitation is the best form of flattery.
Facts.
That's
Yeah.
what they
Word.
say. You know what I
Word.
But they
mean?
take that shit to a whole nother fucking
Yeah,
level.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't mind you niggas trying to copy me, Cause y'all can't do it like me.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do mind is
give you-
when you bitch ass niggas click up and try to like stop something I got going on.
Yes.
Like, yo, my nigga, if
Yo,
you
you
got
talking
a
about my life
problem
right
with me,
now,
like, yo,
that's
just
crazy.
bring that shit out, my nigga.
Word.
Like, we men, that's the difference, right?
Mhm.
Like, yo, it ain't classy for women to really do too much. But if they do get busy, that's on them. But we
Word.
men, my nigga. Our first form of communication was physical combat, bitch ass niggas. Like, y'all niggas got a serious problem. Stop acting like gossip girls. Like,
Right.
you got a problem with me, bro, and it's that serious to where you gotta get a communion to go. Like, yo, just get up with me.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing
You
for
know
the
what I'm saying?
females though
Like,
too. Even
yeah,
not
mad
going straight to
politicking.
fighting, but it's
Yeah,
like, but
man,
Just
get up with me,
confronting
man.
it, addressing the person, man to
yeah.
man,
You
woman
can let
to
me know
woman.
how you feel, but
Nah, I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
we was talking about that before too. Wait, you
I
got
tried that.
I
bro.
got something
I'm
funny,
starting
bro.
to realize though
I got the.
that I
I
could
was-
never understand these bitch ass niggas.
I was
Like
gonna
we
s-
could never speak the same language. I try to say, yo, get up with me and we could talk and figure it out. But you know what I
I was-
realized? Our brain frequency don't operate the same.
and it's easier for
We
them
need
to
a-
be an enemy sometimes. It's
need
easier
a
for
beef
people to hate
location,
you
bro.
yeah, I
than to
welcome
support
that
you.
shit. I
They
welcome
couldn't wait
that
to
shit.
not be your
Or-
friend. Couldn't wait for that
Welcome
moment.
shit,
A
man.
beef
I'm glad
arena, bro.
you niggas don't like me, man.
We
I
was
ain't in
talking
this shit to
about
be like, fuck y'all.
communication. What's the best form of communication? Getting on that phone if you can't meet up in person. That texting and shit, the context is all
Yeah.
fucked up and all of that. Like, let's just talk. If that's a point that needs to be made, I'm calling you real quick.
But if you ain't say it to me, it really doesn't apply to me. Like I'm one of those like say it to my face, literally. Like I don't even care if y'all was over
Yeah,
there
but
whispering about it. If she ain't
a
say
lot
it
of
to my
people
face,
not
it
gonna-
don't
Then
a lot
it's
of
matter.
not
people-
exactly.
a lot of
Yup.
people
We
not gonna do
still
that.
good too, cause I
Yeah.
know like you ain't gonna say
I
it.
feel
to me.
like
But we
that's
saying
what-
that's the
But
problem
that's
though.
your
That
weakness.
people
Nah, we got
Yeah, like-
set
When
up.
a nigga got to whisper behind your back and not in your face, to me, that's a sign
He's
of
a bitch.
respect. You dig what I'm
He's a
saying?
bitch. True,
You
that's
know
what I'm saying.
better,
Yeah.
don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you know better. Say that shit over there.
Y'all
and
see that
quiet
Aries
down.
shit?
You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, that's how I be
Like-
on it. But all I am going to say is don't catch me on the wrong Thursday or
Word.
Saturday. Because if I'm
Don't catch me
feeling
when I'm
extra
not in the
strong,
mood.
I'm whooping your ass.
Yep.
Straight like I'm going to make an example out you to keep it more quiet.
Telling you,
know
bro.
what I mean?
We need to have beef arenas, bro.
Word up. Huh?
Beef arenas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
what?
I don't know. I be
Yeah,
really
beef
getting
arenas.
in it. Y'all see
Like
my
a
fights?
boxing-
Oh,
like a boxing gym?
yeah.
No, that would be.
Like
How
a
was
boxing
that
gym?
experience?
That would be
Like
cool.
you put
Like
in the
you
app-
sign up, you
of
request,
course,
like-
you, yeah,
you
request this
boxing all
nigga,
that.
and he
I
gets a
wanna-
DM like, I want to fight you. Like you,
Yeah.
You went
I might
to
start
his
some shit like that.
to his area. Where was it hosted and all
It
that?
was in
Like,
Cleveland. That shit was a movie. That
Yeah,
shit was
like-
like some
It's
Fight Club
crazy. I
shit, you
watched
hear
that
me?
guy before. Like I watched the shows with him on it or whatever
Yeah.
he was like on. And then when I seen it, I was like, oh shit!
Word
Like
up. Nah, yeah, that shit was dope for real. You
I was
feel what
watching
I'm
it
saying?
like I was nervous
you
for you.
was
I was nervous. I was
nervous?
like, yeah, I was nervous
Word.
because
Everybody was nervous.
I was
and
nervous
shit.
because it's gonna be such a big deal on his platform.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking like, oh god, I
how
don't-
were you nervous?
Nah, I wasn't even nervous. I was tired.
yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
tired and I was arrogant as fuck. You hear me? Like, yo, like I said, I did 10 years in prison and I wasn't like quiet. Not one, maybe the last 2 years because I was trying to make it home. I lost my 15% on my 85, but I was kicking ass. Anybody that know me know. Nah, dead ass. Listen, right? We live in New Jersey and all my stories is always backed by somebody. You hear me? Niggas
Right,
know
right.
I was beating the shit out niggas from every hood. They big bros. I was loving it. You know what I mean? Like, word up. Like, Phase was official was the best thing to happen to me. 'Cause I'm a nigga. Look, I was always born like muscle, my body structure. I'm one of them kids like young men that was born strong. You know what I mean?
I know a
used to
couple. It's
get
always a
jumped
couple.
all
It's
the
a,
time.
in the hood.
Yeah.
It's always a nigga that
Word.
just
Yeah.
was born with muscle.
Word.
It's
That's
one,
true.
it's one guy that's popping in my head right now that's going viral. That's reminding me of him right now. Aaron the plumber, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I got
yeah.
it.
At
I
least he
want
go
the
for the fade.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
the
that
From the
fade.
clips I seen, he talking
Yeah.
shit, but he down to fight.
And I'm like, pardon me, and I'm like, but yeah, I used to always get jumped growing up and shit though. You know what I mean? I used to always forget to run and get my eye, like, you know what I mean? So shooting the fade was probably like the best thing. And so we get shoot the fade. Plus I was facing mad time. But fast forward though. Yeah, that Cleveland shit, I actually did it because it was like I was promoting a gloves up, guns down thing. I'm like, yo, look,
Love
my
that.
nigga, like, I'm like, I'm taking on the role of being a hero, right? And I'm like, all right, so with that change, I gotta promote this. You know what I mean? And I wanted to fight another rap nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But that shit kind of came back like that nigga ain't want to fight me. So I'm like, fuck, I'm already kind of, you know, in the midst of coming back and doing this, nigga presented an opportunity. Like, look, you could box this person. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because I was already in tune with the gloves up, guns down. Shout out to my man High Risk and North. So he had hit me up and shit. Like, yo, look, you know, this nigga been training for a year or whatever, though. You know what I mean? You want to take the fight and shit? This like 30 days out. You know what I mean? I was just smoking and joking back to back. You hear me? But I'm like, yeah, you know, because I'll be kicking niggas' ass on the regular shit,
Talk
right?
to him.
So I'm like, you know, boxing different, though. You know what I mean?
And you're competitive, too.
Yeah, it's
like,
much. It's different from it's rules.
It's different from a fight. Yeah, well, nah, you know, the rules, the accuracy, the technique, it's just different. You know what I mean? It's just different. It's learnable, and you could be a natural in it. I feel like I'm a natural in it because I naturally know how to do certain shit already.
Okay.
But anyway, so you know, them niggas told me like, yeah, you could come fight the person, da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, you know, I teeter with the shit in my head for like 5 minutes and shit. And I'm like, I want to do this shit. They like, yeah, it's gonna be broadcast, pay-per-view. I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know,
like, you really got a fight coming up.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, word. I'm like, I want to do this shit. I'm like, yeah, but you know what, though? I'm like, I do be talking this shit, right? Like, I be on the podcast, like, saying I'll fuck you niggas up and shit. So I'm like, you know, I'm taking that fight and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I respect it.
So, boom, I take the fight and shit. I start training. You know what I mean? I was self-training. I went to the gym probably, like, one time and shit. In my mind, I'm like, I know how to fight already. You feel me? But we fly out to Cleveland. This shit, first of all, Cleveland is the hood. You hear me?
Okay.
Yo, for
we,
real.
we back out
Yeah,
into
that's just
some
the hood.
Seriously.
That's just
Listen,
the
That
we
shit
hood.
back
cheap as
out-
hell, too, out there.
Bruh, listen. I did some nut shit. My flight was 6 in the morning. I went to sleep at 3 in the morning. I went to the airport. I went to sleep at 12 o'clock, woke up at 3 in the morning, went to the airport to catch the first flight.
Okay.
Dig what I'm saying? Went to the airport, was supposed to take a nap, couldn't check into the hotel because, you know, you can't check in that early. You got to wait till after,
Yeah, to
like,
check
1
in.
o'clock or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
That shit
Might
be
be
so
even 3.
annoying.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like 1 or 3 o'clock. But we checked in like 1 or 2 o'clock though. You know what I mean? She gave us an hour. Had to stay up the whole time. Tired as hell. Then the nigga I'm doing a fight with, he hit me up like, yo, I'm about to come drop the bag off to you because I got paid for that shit. You feel me?
Talk to him.
So I'm like, all right, I'm doing business. So now I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna get the front end of the money. You feel what I'm saying? Got the money. By the time I go take a fucking, you know, a nap, it's already like
Time to fight.
yeah, and
You
then,
need to
then
get your
I'm,
energy back
I'm
up.
like, fuck. So now I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm over there. I got the cameraman with me, my man Prodigy, his little brother. By
Shout
the
out to
time
Prodigy.
Shout out to my boy Prodigy. By the time I doze off, his little brother starts snoring loud as hell. I wake up like, yo, y'all niggas gotta go for a walk. Like, I gotta fight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, boom. I go to sleep for maybe like a good hour and a half.
Damn,
My
an
energy
hour and fight.
done. You feel what I'm saying? I get up. I'm like, fuck it, yo. I'm gonna go to this fight. I go to the fight. We supposed to fight at 10:30. We end up fighting at damn near 2 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
But why though?
Shit got
Just
pushed back. That's just
black
how
people.
shit. Yeah, word. Just like that.
Timing.
You know what I mean? This wasn't
And it was
no,
other fights?
It's not
it
no
was
schedule.
other fights there. You hear me? This wasn't no regular get in the ring boxing shit. Like,
Yeah, this
nigga,
was- it
Was
was-
y'all, were y'all the headliners?
Yeah, we was the headliners.
Talk to 'em.
This was Fight Club,
Right.
Brad Pitt type shit. You know what I mean?
Talk
Niggas
to
getting
'em.
split, knocked
That's
out,
one of my
like, all
favorite
kinda
movies.
shit, right? So so I'm like, fuck, and then they smoking weed in there. Like, it's mad,
yeah.
it's mad shit going on.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? Now the only thing I'm gonna say I'm used to is fighting in front of people. You know what I mean? Because of jail. You know, I was in 4G4 and that shit was like, it was gang unit. So it was a dorm of like 160 niggas type shit. And we used to fight in front of each other, you know, go in the corner and get busy, you know what I mean? And not for nothing, I was a headliner in that bitch, you know what I mean? I took pride in that.
Talk
When
to
I
'em.
fought, niggas stayed up to watch me fight, you feel me? So anyway, moving forward. So, but this nigga more popular than me though, yo. The nigga I'm fighting,
Okay.
Mo City JB, so he got fans out there.
Yeah.
So they
I
cheering
told you I
for
watched
this.
the show. I'm like,
They
yeah.
cheering for this nigga. You got girls in there like, knock him out, JB. I'm like, no, the fuck.
you
Oh,
not.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you feel what I'm saying? They like, so people on the DJ, they was just mad disrespect. They came out to that Chief Keef. We about to blow New Jersey up.
Oh, they like that with
His
it.
man, yeah, right. His
He
man
thought he
and
did this
shit.
big one.
Yeah,
Just to lose is crazy.
I'm like, these niggas coming. I can't lose now.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Then you got the DJ on the fucking thing, like, yeah, he be knocking niggas out. I seen him knock niggas out. And I ain't gonna hold you. Look, when the nigga came
He saying that about you?
No, he
Nah,
said that
nah.
about
Remember, he
him.
went to
said-
they. He went
said-
to.
Yeah, yeah.
He said he was watching the show. He be fucking
he
niggas
from there
up on
too,
the
though?
show.
Like-
Nah, they from Cleveland, but they watch the show.
No, I'm saying the
He
guy.
from Houston.
Oh, he from Houston.
Oh,
He is
okay,
from
okay.
Houston.
He
He
from
is from
Houston.
Houston. Yep.
So yeah
I
and
remember you
shit.
said
So
that
they
on the show.
like, yo, he be knocking niggas out on TV. You feel what I'm saying? And not for nothing, you know what I mean? All credit to him. Son came in there looking like an action figure for real. You dig me?
Okay.
Like he came in there.
You say he was training for a year.
My nigga, the nigga came in there like he was on some
Yeah.
shit. Like
Some
he was
Creed
really
shit.
in shape. You know what I mean? All credit to the nigga. He was strong in there. You know what I mean? He wasn't no pushover.
It was a good fight.
You feel me? He definitely was. Off the rip,
That
that
was a good
nigga
fight.
clipped me. You know what I mean? When you get clipped in a fight, it's either make or break you type shit. You know?
Yeah.
First. So, like I said, off the rip, the nigga clipped me too. Boom, boom. Know what I mean? That shit was like just woke me up though. Like it ain't like the retarded button activated. Like, you know what I mean? Like you smack a pit. I'm like, all right, we at it. And then after that, it was, it was
You
what
just
it was.
know how to not lose, basically, right?
Yeah, I know how to kick
Results,
ass
bro.
though. You know what I mean? I know how to not lose, but I know how to kick ass. Like when it come time to.
Like I feel like I'm not necessarily a fighter, but I know how to fight. I feel like
How
I
that
just
work?
know ain't nobody gonna beat me up. Like I'm just gonna
gotta
make
have that
sure
mindset,
I'm not
though.
getting
That's
beat
the
up. Like you know what I'm
mindset.
saying?
You don't got
Yeah.
that mindset, you get knocked the fuck out.
Word.
Yeah,
Right,
you can't be
gotta-
thinking about.
Right.
Losing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Word.
Losing. my brother.
exactly.
Can't
It's
be
the
thinking
difference
about
between
losing.
winners and losers.
Yeah, my mindset.
I haven't
don't
lost,
even
and I
be
feel like that's
winning
because
after a
that's my
nigga hit me,
mindset.
though.
Like
You hear
I'm
me?
not losing. There's no losing. Like I'm crashing out before I lose, so there's no losing.
Once a nigga hit me, my mindset don't even go to winning no more. My shit goes straight to I'm about to break something. Watch.
You ain't
All
gonna
that
hit me
winning shit,
again.
I'm about to hurt this nigga. That's what
Yeah.
my mindset go to. My whole fight right there. I dropped him after that, right? I was like, yo, I'm trying to break his shit now. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck winning and losing.
Yeah.
Did the fight, you ain't winning this. You better, like, my mindset, like, I'm trying to hurt you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you done hit me all in my snot box out this bitch. Nah, but that was a good fight, though.
Is
you know?
it
Nah, it
something?
was a really good fight.
Do you
It was
see
fun.
yourself doing it like again?
I
Is it-
boxed again right after that. A nigga jumped in my comments over this post right here. Over one of these posts right here talking about he'll fuck me. I invited that nigga to the crib, whooped his ass in the backyard and shit. Put the gloves on and shit. Word, I was on a little
That's
tear.
fire.
Word,
Nah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? What you should have did, yo?
Little
This shit should have
friendly
been.
fade.
You know how
Yeah.
on TikTok you can reply to a video on a comment. You should have fucking replied to the video with the knockout.
Oh,
That'd have been tough.
That'd have been
That'd have
crazy.
been
I think
tough.
I can still do
Make
that.
it into a
I
gift.
can
Yeah.
still find that. But I don't want to do it though, cause after I punched on him and shit, we became cool. We got.
It's always like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You
I
got
did
exactly.
record
But he a
though.
real nigga though for that
You
though.
know,
That's what I'm saying.
a
You
lot
gotta
of niggas-
respect
real
it. If you in the
Yeah.
comments trolling and doing all that
Yeah, he
stuff,
really
like
pulled up and shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to my
If
boy,
you don't
the
got
body
no-
technician. He really pulled up and shit. You know, and he stuck in there and shit. Cause the way I fought, the nigga Mo City is that ain't even how I fight. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was under mad different elements. I was tired of
Yeah.
shit. But the way I fought, my man, the body technician, he also a personal trainer too. Like he's some in shape cognitive. But I was like, you know, real fully aware. So he got the worst of it. You know what I mean? He got me like at my best type shit.
Yeah.
And that was like a bad sight. You feel what I'm saying? There was a lot of slips, counters, catches, 1-2, side steps, drop, get up, square up. I'm not, you know what I mean? It was a lot of shit going on in that one. But he stuck in there, and you know I respect him, like you say. He pulled up. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't want that shit to continue though. Let me make that shit clear. I'm not gonna keep punching on you bitch ass niggas, cause I feel like a lot of y'all niggas just want to get punched on. Y'all weird as hell and shit.
yeah, they'll do anything for
For
Clout.
some
attention.
type of clout.
Yeah,
you know what
so-
I mean?
yeah.
But I do appreciate y'all getting in the comments talking that shit, cause like I am an Aries, yo.
Yes.
You know what I realize about myself, and so they say Aries is the god of war, right? The
Yep.
man,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
So we thrive on competition and battle. And sometimes I wake up restless just as a man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the shit I grew up in or whatever, but like, you know, physical combat to me ain't really that serious like it is to other people. Some motherfuckers look at a fight like, oh, it's a fight, you know? But to me, that shit like playing
competition.
basketball.
Second nature.
You gotta
Sure.
always
Yeah.
be ready for anything.
So it's
Second
like
nature
that shit
for
ain't
you.
even that
Yeah.
deep. So sometimes I wake
competition.
up like that and I'll be like up for a good fade. if that makes sense. You know.
Oh, that's
Telling
cool.
you,
I
bro.
think that's a lane that somebody like you catapulting would. It would be very entertaining. Like you got the Feel My Struggle. You bringing up other rappers. I told you how I felt like
Yeah.
that. I respect that. To take a suppressment, not even a suppress, but like to know yourself, that ego that rappers always have to bring another rapper up there. I respect
Yeah.
that. But like, it would be cool to see you hosting like boxing events or something
I
like
want
that.
to do that. That's
You the- you the-
I wanna
you the
do
person for
Like
that.
I said, the gloves up, guns down shit was supposed to be for me to get into that, to try to take the youth and show them like, look, if I could do this shit and not for nothing, I got a lot of shit to lose. You know, a nigga with clout get knocked out. Yeah, it's a lot
It's
of.
a wrap.
That's why I was
You
nervous
feel
for
what I'm
you. I
saying?
was like,
Yeah,
it's
you know what
about
I
to be a
mean?
big
Don't
deal.
be nervous for me. You hear me?
Talk to him.
Don't be
I won't
nervous
no
for me.
more.
Yeah, don't. You know
I'm
what I
not.
mean? Don't be nervous. Just sit back and relax. Just wait for it to come. Like, here's where I can put 'em. But look, nah, like I did it though on some shit. Like, look, if I could do it, y'all could do it. You know? What you think at risk really ain't at risk. You know what I mean? And I took L's before. You know what I mean? I fight, like, I don't pick and choose who I fight. Obviously, I'm fighting, you know, strong niggas. I'm not fighting like a nigga fresh off the couch, body
Yeah.
sloppy.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
fighting
somebody
niggas that's
smaller than you.
Competition,
or-
real
I'm fighting
competition.
real
Yeah.
like niggas in shape type shit. So it's like, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, regardless of what, the next day you gonna be you, bro. You know what I mean? And niggas gonna respect you more for having the heart to do it. Because believe it or not, most of the niggas that got opinions will never get in there.
Mm-hmm.
You
Talk
get
to
what I'm
him.
saying?
Talk to him.
So it's like, understand, by taking that step, you might have lost that, but you beat all of them.
You're gonna get respect
Them
from the
niggas,
winners.
You beat all of them. Them niggas is the losers I was telling you about that'll have them but never get in there. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised how when they get in there, how bad they look. Cause they only thing they got is the mouth. You know what I mean? So it's like you might have lost this, but you really beat all of them niggas, bro.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? Them niggas scared. You know how many niggas is scared to stand up to somebody?
That's
You
why
know?
they're behind the fucking screen,
Yeah, my
typing
nigga.
and shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's another viral post we got about the phone.
Yeah,
You know what I
yep.
mean? Niggas get coverage behind the phone, bro. Niggas jump in them comments.
What's the
niggas-
best way to communicate in 2025?
in 2025?
Meet up.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta.
meet. Let's link.
It depends what we doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's some business, nah, you right.
In
Meet up.
person.
It's in
That's
person.
right.
Everything should be in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk in person.
If we talking about money, in
with
person.
AI and all this shit, I
No,
don't
if
even
we
know if
talking
that's
about
really you.
anything,
Money.
money,
I mean-
relationships, friendships, everything for me is in person. Nothing is
Yeah, let's
over the
meet
phone
up
for
in
me.
person. You know what I mean?
Because you can't
It's
fake it
not-
in person.
Yeah, I'm over here
Yep.
like LOL, like I'm not even laughing. Like,
Yeah,
just come
like-
with me, talk to me in person.
You could be praising me, and I could see it on your face that you ain't praising me.
Yeah.
Word.
You talking shit.
Word.
I could
Yeah,
see it.
you running mad game for real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, meet me in person, man, so I can
Yeah.
smell your breath.
Word.
See if you full of shit for real.
Talk to him. Oh man. Any
Goofy.
I'm loving the conversation. Anybody else got any last shot questions or anything like that? How
Yeah,
long we been
nah,
talking? Feel
wow.
like
Wait,
Yeah,
we was talking about losers and
winners.
winners. I wanted to I didn't know how to ask this question, but I wanted to know, what if you're like people you grow up with or grew up with are losers? Do you leave them behind too?
Listen, I'll
That's
say
a
this.
beautiful question.
I'll say this. Being a real nigga.
Because I got
being a
some
real-
good loser friends, if that makes sense.
Nah. So being a real nigga, you at least try to help them. At least try to bring it aware to them. You know
Ain't
what I'm
nobody
saying?
no
And if
loser
they
as long as you
choose,
willing to play
if
the
they
position.
choose to be complacent, then you just leave them where they at. If you're trying to grow, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But at
only,
least you made the effort to try to help them.
you have to. And it's inevitable if you're a real winner. Nothing's gonna stop you from winning. So
And honestly, I'll say this too. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're honestly a loser. Like, you could be a winner and have your people around you and not try to put them on, and you're a loser because of that.
Facts.
if you
True.
decide to
Like
have
that
the,
right there, too,
yeah,
bro.
if you
But like how you just like said, pardon me for cutting you off. Ain't nothing wrong with respect though. You hear what I'm saying? Between men, like we gotta just.
Give
I just
props
wanted to
sometimes.
highlight that because for some reason it's hard for niggas to have just simple respect out there.
talk to them.
You know what I mean? And I think that that's something that need to be highlighted. for real.
Absolutely,
A lot of
yeah.
shit would be less dramatic and problematic if we just leave with respect. Like,
Facts.
ain't
Yup.
cool as hell for
And
real.
I ain't
Just
gonna
have
lie, that's another
respect,
thing I
bro.
say too. You gotta sometimes have respect within the disrespect. Respect
Yeah,
yourself.
You like he said, you gotta lead with it.
Yeah.
So
Even
everybody
when- even
want the
when- even-
respect,
And your
but they never
intentions needs
give
to
it.
be-
Even when
You don't-
people-
they don't give it first.
Even people when people disrespect you, it ain't worth it to disrespect yourself and put yourself out that character to show somebody something else.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what he
not
was
worth it
talking about.
sometimes.
If he
That's how
had to
I'm coming.
stop and address everybody on his
Yeah.
way, like
But that's different. That's trickery. You know what I mean? Yeah, niggas that disrespect you like that, and if you let them trick you, know 'em, yeah, that's different. You know what I mean? But if it's something that I want to address and you disrespect me, then yeah, I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to whoop your ass respectfully. Word up. I'm going to respect I ain't even going to get out of character. I'm going to whoop your ass in character. And then after that, we going to squash it like men. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's all it take for real. Sometimes niggas, as men, only thing we respect is violence. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah.
how that
Talk
shit
to
That's what I
him.
be
like.
saying. Niggas be needing to
You
get
feel what
punched
I'm
in their
saying?
face.
Yeah.
Some
the
niggas
only
do
way.
because
Yeah, yeah.
you know what it
Punched in
is.
their face.
No, so a lot of these niggas took all that shit for so long with nobody checking them.
that's
Yeah,
all of the
that too.
trolls on the internet.
Man,
that's
these
that's
niggas
them.
be
You can hide behind the
cowards. Yeah.
screen, like you was saying.
Because
Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I'll
Cowards,
fucking
man.
I'll bowed you intellectually. I'll kill you intellectually. Honestly.
any-
But once you corny and you ain't saying shit to him about being corny, y'all all corny.
That's
Like,
how I feel.
Exactly,
everybody's
yeah.
corny now.
Bunch of
That's,
Yeah.
if you
corny ass
decide to,
niggas.
whoever you decide to have around you, if you're not putting them on game, if you put them on game and you see that they not trying to pick up, like trying to be a winner themselves, like I said, it's inevitable. You're gonna shed them. They
Drop them
gonna
off.
they gonna keep choosing loser shit, and you gonna keep choosing winner shit, and y'all just gonna
Separate.
separate.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they gon'
fact.
I ain't gonna lie, they gonna start hating. They gonna,
Yeah,
they gonna
yeah,
eventually
they-
start hating.
Hate come with this shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
they gonna
Yeah,
eventually
you
start
gotta
hating.
embrace that. You know, a lot of people sometimes, right? And I know, like, I was one of them. So we tend to go through the most when we start feeling hate, right? Like we start questioning ourselves, figuring out how we can mend relationships we need to let go. Yo, people show you what they are and how they feel. My nigga, you gotta accept that. Take that hate, use it as.
I feel like
It's, you
I
can be
feel
good
like
to somebody and they still hate
I
you. You
feel
be
like
trying to
if you-
figure it
Yeah.
out. Like, damn, I'm so good to you.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
why
feel like
you
if you're not
hate me?
getting
Like, yeah,
if you're not
I'm
getting hate, you're not
confused.
doing something wrong. You're not doing something right if you're not getting hated.
talk to them. Talk to them.
That's
I mean-
true.
You being
That's
yourself,
true.
you sharing
But-
your
but
own
even
opinion.
With that, yo, you know what's crazy, right? Because not for nothing, yo. When you a good-hearted person, and you could be a thorough person, you could just be a calm. When you a good-hearted person, that shit still affect you.
Of
Like,
course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to the
hate
core.
Still affect you. We all
Absolutely.
humans, and it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to be fake. When you real and you know you authentic, it's hard to cut off your heart for real.
Yo,
Like,
for
it's
real.
hard for me to
Cut off
act
your
like I
feelings.
don't love
Yeah,
you.
right?
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I love you. Yo, why
Yeah.
the fuck you acting like that?
Why
It's
you
hard
don't
for me
get
to
it?
fake it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what
I-
mean? So you gotta push through, but that should be difficult, bro. You know
But
what I
you
mean?
know,
That's a
I ain't
battle
gonna
with
lie.
yourself.
Like I used to be on the same type of time, and like I used to be like, damn, like why this person not getting where I'm coming from? Like I'm doing this out of love, but sometimes you just gotta love yourself to a point where it's like I can't entertain this hate shit no more.
Yeah, you gotta love yourself more, but you also gotta realize too, yo, people don't really hate you, yo. A lot
They
of
hate
them
themselves.
just
They
hate
don't.
themselves.
Themselves, yeah.
You know what I
Talk
mean?
to 'em.
And everything you accomplished to just show them the shit they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know
that
what
they
I mean?
know they capable of. You could do it
Yeah.
too.
Well, it might have been that they not though. Like the fact of the matter of it might have just been that they not capable of it, bro. You just showing it to them. You know, we all started in the same place, and they see that. So once they see that I'm elevated and doing something, I'm showing them that they didn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
and they hate that.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that
Instead of hating themselves, it's
instead of
like,
hating themselves, they
that's a
just
you
hate
problem.
that. You know?
They
You know what
just
it
be
is
at-
too? I think that a lot of people just don't know how to use their time wisely. They lose their time in the wrong places and they think they don't have time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yes.
That's a
Right,
part
these
of being a
people
winner,
just
though,
be
man.
lazy. They want.
That's what I
they want
mean.
the cloud. They
Unprepared,
want
man.
No work. They don't want to
yeah.
work
They
for
don't
it.
want to put in no work,
They
and
want shit handed.
they
to
don't
them.
know the people that they see with quote unquote successful. Like they went through a lot. Through a lot.
Talk
Stress a lot. We cry more. we do everything.
What's funny? Like I feel like our
we grow
community,
broke more.
our community has the
Mad
most
shit.
Like,
entitledness
yeah.
with no
Going
value.
broke is serious. You hear
Yeah.
me? Yo, going broke be one of the best and worst things in life, bro.
Talk to them.
I feel like
Story
you're
of my
better. You're
life.
better
Man.
being off broke, starting off first, because you can understand the value for $1 and the value
Absolutely.
for everything.
Absolutely.
And then once you get it, now it's two type of people that you might be. You might get rich, forget that you was broke, and be a fuck ass nigga, or you can take that like I'm never going back there, but I'm still gonna remain humble.
Facts.
'Cause I could always go back there.
That's why them trust fund babies be doing
Losing
hella
everything.
cocaine and,
Losing everything.
because they didn't gain it. They didn't. They don't
work
they,
for it. Yeah.
They
don't
be
have no
scared
value.
of where I'm at now. Like as soon as
Yeah.
they go broke, they be killing. I can't say that on YouTube, right? Yeah,
They be self-deleting themselves.
Yeah, they be
whacking
self-deleting.
Yeah.
Yeah, unalive. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say unalive too,
Yeah,
but I never heard
self-deletion.
self-deleting.
But motherfucking yeah, that's true though, yo. You know.
Oh,
Yo, you know what's
somebody
something about
asking
going
a question. Hold up. Can love be someone's downfall?
All the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love
Who
was my
wanna get right?
downfall, mad
I'll
time.
say. I mean, your
Love
love
is a downfall.
love leave you blinded, bro. So like you can blind yourself to a lot of threats, honestly, by loving. Honestly.
That's true. Well, you'll hurt yourself with love. That's the thing about
Yeah.
love, you know? Love, when you genuinely love something, you accidentally become selfless.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
talk to
I like
him.
It's like
Get right.
you will start doing things for others and just hurting yourself because you
Mm-hmm.
love that thing so much.
Yeah.
You love that person, you know. So that shit become detrimental, and that's the point where you gotta sit back and actually, yo, I love myself. Like, hold up, because you will start hurting yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not for nothing, you know, in a relationship or any relationship, whether it's with your significant other, your bro, whoever, you feel what I'm saying? Like, your love will get you to the point where you be so blinded on focusing on that you will, you know, stop taking care of self. Before you know it, you're already depleted.
And I'll say this: you
No.
can't give out your best love if you don't love yourself first.
Right. How can you love anybody if you don't love yourself?
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah.
And he also asks, is it ever too late to stop working on something?
Nah,
Stop
hell
working
no.
on it.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta
As long as you're living.
It's always a way.
As
Always
long
a
as
way.
you
It's
live
always
it.
a way.
Always a
Constantly
way.
work on
As
something.
long as you get
It's
to
always a
wake
way.
up and
You might
and
have
breathe,
to pivot, switch your
Yeah,
approach,
yep.
but
Adapt.
don't quit.
It's always
Ever.
a way.
Quit.
Yeah.
it ain't over till your book is closed.
That's a
You can
fact.
keep writing.
And that's
I'm
a
gonna
fact.
die trying.
You can keep
For a
writing.
That's a fact. Because honestly, we don't control that. We don't control time. We think we do,
Right.
but we don't.
Nope.
A lot of y'all be like, we about to get niggas, you probably gonna live old as hell for real. You might as well really start that shit.
Word.
Well, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Niggas
Word.
be like, I'm too
Yeah.
late. Nah, you ain't too late, man.
And you know it's
And
funny
I
too.
always
You
said
gonna
I was
live to
gonna pass
90.
it down to my daughter. Like if I don't get where I need to go,
Start that shit.
I
Talk
will
to
be
him.
able to
Talk
set
about
my
it.
daughter
Part
up
of-
and get her.
I say this specifically though, like, and social media should actually open the eyes to a lot of people. You can be a regular person today, and millions of people could see you tomorrow. So if that can tell you that something could be open out for you to get something somewhere, then I don't know what else can tell you that.
And the trick is to not let the million views trick you into thinking that you're not a regular person.
Exactly.
You still a regular person. It's just people got eyes on you.
No, I say this, and I hate like the fan, like they always take the term like fangirl or you know, they
Yeah,
hold
that's
people
corny.
to
Yeah, that's
a
corny.
standard. I literally say this for anybody that's rich, famous, wealthy, has a lot of power. It's only time and opportunity. That's all you have a difference between somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
An opportunity could come at any time.
Talk to them. You talking.
That's why it's so hard to sit around people. Like sometimes I have friends or clients, and it'd be hard to watch them. Like they be admiring people, or they just be looking at people like they could just never get there in life.
exactly.
Like, and I'd be looking like
And you know
a
it's
regular
funny.
person. Like
The people
just got
that
good credit, few
the
few
people-
dollars,
Talk to
like
'em.
experienced a little bit more. That's
I've
about
been
it.
around multi-millionaires. I'm talking about like people that have owned like over $100 million worth of property type shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And I could talk to them because I treat them like a regular person.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, they started with nothing, just like
Yes,
everybody
exactly.
else. Once you're born on this earth, you're starting off with nothing. I mean, granted, your parents could give you a head start, but you still start off with nothing. If you choose and don't know what to do with that,
Yeah.
you can end up just like everybody
We was
else.
talking about that too, Presh, where a lot of in the rap community, a lot of people would be like, yo, once he got the bag or once he went mainstream, he changed. But a lot of the times it be the people around you that change when
Yeah.
you get the money.
But you gotta change though. You can't
Yeah,
stay the same
yeah.
person. You can't.
Yeah, you can't stay the
I
same.
To
think
keep
person.
your wealth, you
change-
can't stay the
You
same
don't
Yeah.
change
person.
over time. You should.
You don't
know what I
change your
mean?
character. You know who you are in the inside.
You just
but-
change what you do.
Yeah, you
how
gotta
you
change your
move.
surroundings, how
I
you
think it's
move.
change. I think it's good to change, bro.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
talk
You
to
have
him.
to
all that shit.
change.
Like, yo, I'm getting rich. I'm changing, yo.
Yeah, of
You know?
course.
Yes.
I already changed, but I get rich. Like, I'm gonna just start like buying. I'm gonna start wearing suits. Like I'm gonna just grow more into my character. I'm gonna hold myself more accountable. You feel what I'm saying?
As you
You
should.
gotta
That's
be able
it.
to afford who
Yeah,
you want to be.
shit like
Yeah.
that, you know. But I think change is good. I think the direction you,
You know what
keep
it is?
changing is more,
I,
you know.
I
more
think we need to
important.
change the word. Adapt. Instead of change,
Mm.
adapt.
Yeah.
I'm adapting to my life of what's
Right.
happening. My life.
Because a lot of people, man, you get money or, well, now we live in an age where you know we got social currency. You dig what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Talk to
Yes. Yes.
People want to be cool with you because you got social and following. And so it's like, man, it's good to change. Because if you don't change, you'll realize how much motherfuckers want to use you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you'll really like, yo, I got so many niggas hitting me. Yo, my nigga, man, we ain't cool, my brother. You feel what I'm saying? Like we
Right.
ain't like stop the shit. You feel me? Like you over here for a reason.
Exactly.
I
If you
respect
wanna
a
do
nigga
business,
just,
we
yeah.
do business.
I respect you coming over here for that reason.
Yup.
Don't come over here with the fake and then say a nigga changed. Nah, nigga ain't changed. We was never on that level, my
Talk
brother.
to him.
You know what I mean? Like before nigga got rich, you wasn't asking for them favors.
Talk to
So
him.
what the fuck is you talking about? Like only thing changed was my financial situation,
Right.
and that in turn changed how much money you asking for.
I mean,
You gotta get off your fucking-
technically, you could tell them that they changed because nigga, you wasn't the one asking for shit beforehand. So how you changing now?
Yeah, no,
Since I
they
got
was
signed.
asking. They was asking beforehand. They just ain't know you had the money. They was asking.
They was-
you don't just
Yeah.
blow them habits. You know what I mean? Them habits been happening.
Yo.
Bitch, you wasn't asking me. So don't
So-
think that the money here now.
Yeah.
That
So
this
there was
the
a
direction.
Keep
there was a
thinking I'm
beggar.
broke.
There was a beggar before.
Yeah,
They still a
keep that
beggar.
shit within the niggas you been over there with.
Yeah, that's
Let's
facts.
start
That's
acting
facts.
here like, nah.
Keep
they-
asking the same
That's
niggas.
Yeah,
that
Don't change.
pocket
them-
watching shit.
Them
Niggas be
attributes be
pocket
already
watching
in
is
a
a
nigga.
is
You know what I
a
mean?
disease. They
Yeah,
will
niggas
really
opportunists.
yeah.
Man.
Even better word. Even better
yeah.
word. Yeah.
I got a
Yeah,
good
man.
story, but I can't say it up here. But yeah.
You know what I mean?
do.
For real, you know?
Nah, niggas
Yeah.
be
I don't
bugging,
mind
bro.
people being. Look, I don't mind you being an opportunist. I don't even mind you asking. You dig what I'm saying? Make your intentions clear with me.
Talk to
Yeah.
You
him.
know? Don't come over here with no ulterior motive, trying to dress some other shit up, acting like how you don't give a fuck how I'm
We
doing.
see straight through
We
that
ain't
shit.
Like nigga, just you came over
Just-
here for a favor.
now you
Ask
gonna
for the
piss me
favor.
off.
Either I could do it or I can't do it. Don't come over here disguising this shit like the Trojan horse. Dress me all down, get me over here, think we about to
Then pop
work
out,
kick it, then
pop
yeah.
out with the
You know what I mean? At the end of the workout, like, yeah, you know, man, I see you doing this.
He said at the end of the
Talking
workout.
about, bro. I thought we was getting some gym time.
Word.
Do all of this just to pop out with a favor.
Yo,
like,
I ain't
yo,
gonna lie,
check
bro.
it out.
I ain't gonna lie.
said
Yo,
at the end
listen,
of the
listen.
workout.
Now we're gonna switch it to females a little bit because that's more of a female trait, bro.
man.
Yo, they be getting all nice with you, this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, you still cool with them, whatever have you. It's like, oh, my rent.
You know what's so crazy?
My car note.
You know what's so crazy? I never was like really comfortable asking anybody. Like you can ask any relationship I've been in. I'm not the type to ask. I'd rather be in a relationship where I don't have to ask. I want you to know exactly what I need. I don't want to ever ask you.
You gotta become a
But-
man to do that.
I'm gonna keep it.
My mom was telling me like, yeah, why don't you ask your friend? Like at one point I had needed money for something. I'm like, damn, I don't know. I'm gonna come up with this. She like, ask your friend. I'm like, no, like I'm not asking for da da da.
You know what it is, too?
She like, well, you can't be with nobody that you can't ask them for nothing when you need help, when you actually do need help. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of true. I'm like, and then
You know what it
she's
is?
just trying to figure out like, all right, you can ask him like this. I'm like, no, if I'm gonna ask him, I'm gonna ask him. Like,
Yeah. See,
it's
I
the
agree with that.
situation.
I agree with that right there, right? Like, yo, if you can't be with a person that you can't ask for help, and it's your person,
yeah.
then I'm like, then that's fucked up.
You with the
Yeah.
wrong, yeah.
I mean, cause you know, if they got it and they can help you, then you know that should be there. Me, I'm more circumstantial. Like, I ain't tricking on you type shit, so don't come like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if that is the situation,
Yeah.
bitch, you don't gotta butter me up.
Yeah.
Let me know at the door. You
Mhm.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
So I
like,
can close it.
If this is that, if this that kind of transaction, let me know at the door. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't even feed, because if you start selling me mad lies, I'm gonna take you as a liar now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
facts.
Like, just be honest with your shit. Be 100.
Right.
You know, if I want it and it's worth that, I'm gonna cough it up. Like, I don't give a fuck.
But it be shit that come
What?
with that too, with
Know what I
asking
mean?
people for stuff and not just
But I'm gonna look at
relationships.
you like a whore for the rest of your life.
Even
though.
friends,
Yeah.
anybody. If you
Yeah.
ask them for something, that come with shit. People start bringing that up in the future.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
hold it over your head
I'm not even gonna
somehow,
lie.
some way, and I just don't want nobody
not
to
even gonna
ever have
lie.
that over my head.
When I was growing up, I was more for like a prideful person, so I wouldn't even accept people like offering to help
Yes.
me. Like
That's me to
if
this
I ain't get
day.
it by myself,
It's
like
so
I ain't
hard.
want that shit. That's
Yeah.
how. That's how.
Word, yep.
But I've learned to like start accepting graces, and you know what? Since you did this for me, I'm gonna make sure once I get something, I'm gonna give it back
Of
to you.
course.
But
Like I was gonna
honestly,
say. Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to want to
Exactly.
keep. I used to want to
Reciprocation
keep all the credit
appreciation.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yep.
hear me?
Say that again. Say that again to the camera.
Reciprocation shows appreciation because I'm glad we spoke on this too because God just put thank you, Lord. Listen, yo, all of that, I do something for you shit, and you ain't trying to come back with nothing. Miss me with that shit. You hear me?
So-
You got mad leech tricks. You hear me? A motherfucker, look, yo, I'm not expecting you to do nothing. But if I do some shit for you and I need you to help me move or some shit, nah, come on, bro.
That's the least you could do.
Like, come on, bro.
And I
Like-
shouldn't have to
like-
say that.
Like, yo, I ain't trying to bring this shit up to
Word.
you. You dig what I'm saying? But nigga, don't act like I was never there for you.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
shit boiled down to is, if I had you, can you have me?
Word.
If I got your back, can you have my back? A lot of people, yo, they want to leech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to be takers, right? Give. But take. When it's time to give, well, you asking, why you
Yeah.
bringing that up? What?
I thought you was up.
Hold up, man. Yeah, nah, hold up,
Word.
man. What the fuck you mean? Like, yo, what you mean?
Which
I
is
was
crazy.
up?
Like, from all the
talking
from
about?
all the taking that you have, how the fuck you can't give?
You know what I mean? Like, and then
The
most of the time, not for nothing, niggas don't
Nigga,
even
where to
ask
take
for
what?
shit. Niggas ain't gonna ask you for something you can't provide.
Facts.
So if I know you ain't
They
got no
already
money,
did their
I ain't even
research on
asking
it.
you for money.
Yeah.
nigga.
Word. They
You
already
feel
did
what
their
I'm
research before they
Yeah.
asked you. They know you got it.
You in good health, nigga. I need somebody to
right?
help move this furniture. Get the
Word.
fuck up. Like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? Nigga don't want to do nothing, bro. Like, nigga just want to take, like, bro, listen, my nigga, I'm not your daddy.
That's all.
Yeah.
I grew
facts.
up rough, my nigga. I grew
Facts.
up rough.
And you don't always
Like,
have to pay back money either.
Nah, it
It
could
don't
be
have
like,
to
it
be
don't
yeah.
even- it don't
it
even
don't
gotta
have to
be
be
money.
cash.
It don't
It
gotta
could be
money,
opportunities.
my
It could be.
nigga.
I have people that
Like-
are less fortunate that I be around that put me in so many great positions.
People that know people, like, oh yeah,
Like,
you know, I know this
yeah.
person. He'd be a good
Word.
person for
and
you.
if I really would have judged her from the outside, she don't know nobody, you know. But I'm like, you know, I love
You never
everybody.
know.
I give everybody
Yeah.
you
equal.
never know.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact,
saying?
man.
I
And
could do
those
something,
people
I
put me in
would.
those places that I wouldn't have been able to get into.
Motherfuckers be out here just trying to use you till you dried up like a prune. That's what niggas really want to do. Believe it or not, I learned that shit early on in the trap. Like,
But how you say you want to be like the neighborhood where you are, like the hero and stuff.
Neighborhood Captain America.
I feel
I like
like
that.
that's what's gonna come with that now.
no, it ain't. No, it ain't.
That's
Because
if you
like I
leave it.
Because he
said,
love himself
my-
more.
Nah.
How do you
listen.
not
I'm
feel
about to
so
t-
responsible?
I'm about to tell you right now. See, God made me walk through everything for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I said, I was always a leader, but I made myself a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I came. So, you don't think niggas in my hood begging and asking? You think I'm giving shit away? No,
Right.
you niggas gonna work.
Talk to
Fuck is you talking
him.
about? You
Yeah.
want something from me? I'm gonna provide you the opportunity to work.
Work.
Talk
Yes.
That's
to
it. I'm not
Yes.
giving away shit. Like,
Talk
you know
to
what I mean?
That's
him.
what we said.
That's
Like
the
we help who
difference.
want to be helped too. I don't
Yeah,
help
that's the
people to
difference,
just.
my nigga. Like, yo, look.
I help who want to be helped.
Let me tell you something. If I put you into a system, right, where you can make money, then you gonna feed yourself and the corporation gonna grow.
Mm-hmm.
All right? That's why I said the people at the top gotta learn the business of service. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nah, you could work for that money, my nigga. Hey, guess what? And I'm gonna I'll give you an advance on that shit if you need it that bad, but you gonna work for this paper though.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't giving you nothing.
Yep.
I'm the hero though. You know why? Because I'm giving you the
Opportunity.
opportunity.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not fucking on.
Which
nah,
is
nah,
bigger
hell
than-
no. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, than
gonna
any
do
any
amount of-
handout.
yeah.
Yeah, than any
Yeah,
handout.
you know what I mean?
Because
That
yeah,
could be forever. You
once
could turn
I
that
dry
into,
up, and I can't give you any more, what the fuck are you gonna do for yourself? You're gonna be
Nah,
back in the
that's not
same
what we
position
doing.
before when you was
That's
asking
not
for
what
it.
we doing, my nigga. Listen, it's enough money for us, right? That's the thing, right? It's enough money for us. You just gotta cut out the people that ain't putting in.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? You working for these people, they taking majority of the profits, paying you minimum wage. It's nothing getting put back in. All right? So if we invest in our own community, that profit is getting put back in.
Mm-hmm.
I could afford to pay you higher, give you bigger raises, hire more people, expand. I could do that because my profit is within my community.
And then you
dig
don't
what
have
I'm saying?
greed.
I'm generating this dollar.
You don't have greed because that's the one thing that I understand about mad corporations, bro. Is greedy because like the thing is, you've already made enough money to sustain yourself for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Why can't you give it back to the people that
That's
brought you up?
building it. That's exactly. That's
Even
And,
a
that,
small
and that'll
percentage.
give you loyalty.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
Yo,
This is the reason why you got people jumping from job to job because there's no loyalty.
Yeah.
Because you're not loyal to your people that's providing for you.
Yes.
Word.
Because they look at them like slave service.
Numbers.
You dig
That's
what I'm
how I was
saying?
able to. When I
Like-
had my shop, I was able to have 6 girls for about 5 years. No arguments. We never had not one argument. We had a clear understanding. I'm very straightforward, and I never wanted them to feel like I'm your boss.
And then
You know?
transparency
But
as
you
well
definitely
too.
work under my shop. You know, I still
Yeah.
have rules and shit like that. You gotta respect me. But yeah, you gotta make your workers happy. Everybody gotta be happy, and
And
everybody gotta be treated
I'll say
fairly
this.
how you would want to be treated.
I'll say
Facts.
this: you ain't a good boss until the bad hits your company and your people stay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
that'll
reach
tell you
middle of
that'll
the
tell you-
pandemic.
That'll
I'm
tell you
like-
if you're a real boss or not.
Yeah, that'll
know
tell
what
you
I'm
if you're a
saying?
leader.
Yeah.
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 Because if they just leave you up and out without there was no loyalty ever. They were just
Yeah.
staying there because
Yep.
their own call.
And they,
But no,
and they
they
can only be
believe
as
in-
strong
they
as the
believe in
person
the
at the
business.
top.
They believe in the business,
In
yep, and they
business,
believe
yep.
in me, and they know I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find a way. So they like, look, I'm gonna stay with her.
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
ride with her.
This shit is possible, man. You feel what I'm
Facts.
saying? The business and service is possible. The players and the free agents is possible. We just working for other people. You know what I mean? It take a lot of nuts though to get into this shit. Don't get it twisted, right? If you look at the history of like trucking and all this shit, right? This shit like the Italians run this shit. You know what I mean? The Rico charge and all that shit came from that. Jimmy Hoffa, the trucks, that's where that shit started at. You know what I mean? That shit didn't start with black people. That shit expanded to us once we start mobilizing after the Black Panther Party in the 1960s. So, but it started with Jimmy Hoffa and the trucks first. All right. So that's their business. Black people start integrating into these businesses services. Then we have our own, our own capital. Every day, the service is used. Nothing is not being used as far as transportation, food, things like that. You know what I mean? Service is always needed. Something always has to get from point A to B, or people have to get from point A to point B.
Or they gotta eat.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, or they
So-
gotta eat. You know what I mean? So
Does
we gotta start becoming the owner of this.
So
you
it's
know?
another question that ISO brought up just now. What is something that you would tell someone to avoid while growing up in the hood?
drugs. Avoid drugs at all fucking costs. You hear me? Avoid drugs, bro. That's it.
That's a good question.
Drugs.
That's a great question.
That's a yeah. You got me thinking. I don't,
I say avoid your ego. Learn to be humble.
I'll
come-
say
you're coming up.
avoid word to use, but like
Don't
not becoming your surroundings is like very hard to not become a Patterson type
Yeah.
of.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
it's reinforced
I will-
all the time. You gotta keep
Yeah,
your
you got to keep snapping out
I'll-
of it sometimes.
I would say to avoid your ego specifically. A reason why is that a lot of people in the black community have this big ego that they're better than what they are currently. Like I would say, instead of having an ego, be humble. Because being humble allows you to open up yourself to more opportunities. That you can do anything and still get to where you want to go. Now, if you got that ego, you can be like, I'm too good for that. I'm too good for working at
you
McDonald's.
think you know
Choosing.
everything.
I'm too
Yeah.
good to be an employee.
Right.
Like how you gonna be a boss how you gonna be a boss employing people
That's
when you don't know
stupidity.
how to be an employee?
And you got to
Word.
be able to run your business by yourself
Exactly.
before you even
Exactly.
Yeah,
Put
that's
people
a
on.
fact.
people working for you.
Yeah. That's ego.
That was a great question, ISO. Shout out to ISO.
There's ego, man. Is a lot of people in the community is very egotistical, bro. With no
I'm too good for
stats,
that.
bro. No
Good
stats.
for that.
No
Too
stats.
good to be working that motherfucker. Yo, you know what's crazy? When I came home, I had got a job at Dunkin' Donuts. I ain't never worked there though. They wanted me to cut my mustache off and shit. I'm like, nah, y'all. Well, I was willing to work at Dunkin' Donuts though. God, word up. My head came home
it's
and
not.
shit.
Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
It's not that I wouldn't work at a fast food. It's just when I work, I'm a really good worker. I'm gonna be an asset to the company automatically. Even at McDonald's, I'm gonna be helping them improve.
And that's the
be
mindset
doing
you gotta
shit. So
keep.
I can't go to McDonald's because they're not gonna pay me what I'm worth.
Yeah.
But the thing
But
about
I-
it, starting off,
I
ain't
just needed to
That was
check.
my first job.
because
My-
you know it's funny, bro. People like, yo, I'm too good to work in there. Understand the third. You have no job with no money in the account. How the fuck you too good for
Yo,
anything?
I was working there, right? McDonald's on Broadway in Patterson. So at this time, I'm in high school. I'm a freshman, but I'm bringing home like 300 something every Friday,
to
and
him.
I was rich. Like
Yeah.
what? Bringing home this money, and I had the group I showed y'all called Shop Girls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 20 of us. So, but everybody is spoiled. We young as hell. Like we. Ain't,
I think that's the thing too. I think that certain jobs really got like an age requirement. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
word.
Yeah.
I think like certain jobs like that is fine for
Yeah.
like, teenagers and things like that. They perfect.
Starting
I
off,
feel-
Well,
yeah.
once you get
what I mean? I
like,
feel like at a certain age, it
Yeah.
caps out.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
like, all right, it might be a problem.
Yeah.
Because one, you in a way of a teenager that need this
Facts.
job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And two,
Right.
you got the capability to go do some
Some
other
more.
shit.
And
and
you know what it
three,
is,
how
too?
you ain't, how it take you so, how many times you gotta bump your head?
Yeah.
That like,
You know what it is
if
too?
I
you-
was gonna take that
Res-
Dunkin'
the-
Donuts
the-
check and
the
flip that
responsibility.
motherfucker. You hear me?
The
I had a couple
responsibility.
bricks on the
You
table.
would
That's
have
the
been
age
able to do
limit.
something with that little check. You would have stayed out of trouble. You would have got some
talk
Because
to
I
him.
say the
Free
I was
donuts.
flipping that
Yeah.
check.
some
I
free
ain't-
donuts.
but like
My mind stayed at that
You would have met
time.
so many people through that drive-through. When I worked at McDonald's, I met so many people
Nah.
like that. I'm still cool with to this day. Like
Honestly,
just from going in and out of there.
So
I
here's the
think- I
thing
think
about me,
people-
Alexis,
I think
you gotta
people-
understand, you hear me? So I could be really good or really bad. You hear me? So I was like at the time I was like a criminal genius. I would have been selling out that drive.
What's that movie
I
they
mean-
was
I
they was
the
selling
type
out the
of
chicken
person
shop?
that- listen, this real shit. My environment was that I was the type of person, and I'm not like that now, but this is how I operated. That if I'm near, I'm gonna find out if you do something, and if you do it, I'm gonna provide it. Whatever drug you do.
That's
think
a
that's-
that's
I think
that's
that's
a real
That's
hustle
how- yeah, I
mindset.
feel like
how
that's
I was-
everywhere,
That's
yeah.
how I was. So I would have been trapping out my whole mind state when I came home.
To
was
run it
I'm
up.
fucked up and I'm trapping. And once I made my mind up to it, that's what I was doing. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing else. So I wasn't gonna be okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't that. And not for nothing, like, this just me. I'm not saying this for everybody, but I'm never okay with being okay. My
Right.
ambition too high.
Talk to
You know what
him.
I'm saying?
That's how it
So
should
it's
be.
like I'm not like I'll be stagnant. You
Not
know?
gonna
I
settle
don't
for-
feel
not
like
gonna
myself,
settle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm blessed right now that God is blessing me with the opportunities and things like that. I learned driving trucks, you know what I mean? And look, I took that shit and ran with it, right? My cousin took me on a truck one time to do a moving job. This was last year. I went with him to do a moving job. We was on the road for like 4 days. Within that 4 days, I found out how to operate a truck, how to get a business, how to start the business, got off the truck, took the money I had, got my own authority. Got my USDOT, got my MC number, got my insurance, and then I started doing freight for myself.
Now, I'm gonna stop you right there. Now, this is the problem with the hood specifically. You see how your mindset was that you came into something and you try to pick apart every single thing out of it and try to benefit off of it. A lot of people don't have their mindset. They just see that dollar and they're just like they satisfied with
The
it.
fact that he took you on that job, and not only did you do the job, but you still
You learned.
had made more opportunities out of that. Just that job by learning the truck. You ain't have to learn probably none of that shit.
Nah,
right?
hell no.
One
Coulda
thing I
just did
say,
the job
I say
and-
for
I'm
this.
gonna ask mad questions.
Yeah,
Facts.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
way-
People
And-
come around.
and I
How
say-
this work?
I'm gonna annoy your ass with them questions.
You know
And
how
I'll
many
say this.
people got that
This
same
work.
opportunity he
Yeah,
did?
and I'll
Somebody
say
else
this
probably
work.
did
I'll
it. And
say this to the people specifically. Once you get an opportunity, look for other opportunities within
Yes,
the same
that's what I'm
opportunity
saying.
Yeah,
so that
I
you
gotta
never
find
stay
out how
the
shit
same.
Work,
right.
Got to.
you know what I mean?
But that's
gotta
how
be the
most people
boss.
that's not
Gotta
us
work
think.
this shit.
Yeah.
They go into somewhere and they're like, all right, how could I improve this? How could I do this? How could I own this part of it? We go into something not thinking about ownership ever.
I mean, there's so many quotes, tons of them, where they say like it's like 10% of people are leaders, the rest are followers.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's a great balance of the world. Don't get
Yeah,
it
we
no,
need-
no.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
you
of
know
course.
What I mean? This is a great at that.
Yeah.
My mind state ain't meant for everybody.
Which is
You
true.
know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with being a great employee. You know, as long as the person you working for got your best interest at
There's a
heart.
lot of
Talk to 'em.
COOs, man, that make
As
a lot
long
of
as
money,
you're
bro.
happy,
So
if
that's
you're
it.
okay with your job and your 30-minute break
Yeah.
and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you find, then
That's
you
it,
win.
You know what I mean?
Because you know
You
they got
won.
they got a thing called entrepreneurs and a thing called intrapreneurs. Entrepreneur is a person that works and help you build the business, but you're the person that's the
You know what I
face.
mean? Yeah.
People don't know those words
Because
because you could make
sometimes business might not be the biggest thing in
700,000 as an
life, though.
entrepreneur.
You know?
Sometimes you could even make more than the entrepreneur.
Yeah. Sometimes business might not be the biggest thing in your life. You know what I mean? Like in our circle of spectrum, it might not be the biggest thing in life. capital gain and financial gain might not be the biggest thing. That's something that we base our opinion on. You know, sometimes family is more important to certain people.
Talk to him.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Spiritual belief. So you know, financial gain might not be everybody's passion. You know what I mean? We all need money to operate. This is true. You
And
know?
then everybody's in different seasons in their life. Like you said, it could be more about family. You could have just had a kid. Like it could be
It could be
anything.
different things. you know?
circumstances.
I believe
like
that
you were saying.
entrepreneurship is always in you, though. You know what I mean? I believe that a person that's like on some get to a dollar shit, that shit always gonna be in you. You might start off as a worker, but you're gonna start off as a worker young. You see how she said she was working? Probably when everybody really wasn't working.
Yep.
I'm gonna get to it. That
Oh
shit
wait, let me
already
get back to my story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that was the point, actually. So I'm working in Broadway, and it would be like football games after Thanksgiving, shit like that. So people was coming in there taking pictures of me, and putting it on. We was on MySpace at this time, and posting me like, "Oh yeah, look at Callie, the shop girl. Oh, this how she get her Louis and Gucci. This da da da." So everybody making fun of me and shit. And I'm just like, how the fuck else I'm supposed to get what I'm supposed to get? And I'm supposed to work.
Yeah,
Where am I supposed to be
yeah,
working
like-
at Neiman's? I'm 14. Like, working full time too in school, like, and I never stopped working like until I started doing makeup. That was it. But yeah, people was making fun of me and shit just because I was trying to work. And
you know, it's funny. Those
He
people,
said it,
those people
Imagine-
that
At
be
McDonald's.
they be talking
The
shit with no
joke's on
job.
them, right?
Exactly. He
The
said it
broke one
already.
sitting
you know how
down
many
trying to
people
act
started
like-
asking me
Hating.
that following
Low-key.
year, like, oh, they hiring?
Like, you know what's funny?
They hiring?
You know
They,
what's funny?
how you got in there?
You
Yeah.
know what's funny? The people that have been talking the most shit. How you got time to even conversate on my life?
But you asking me for a free burger. You don't even have $1 to get a burger.
Damn, remember the dollar menu?
Yes.
Yeah, McDonald's. Y'all gotta bring the dollar menu
Yes.
back.
They can't.
That shit ain't
They,
never coming back.
bring that
can't.
shit back.
It's too
Yo,
much
I met
charity.
so
Bring that
many.
shit
I met
Bring
so
that
many
shit
people.
back.
I met so many crackheads that I got cool with, like just homeless people, crackheads, good people, all types of people just coming through McDonald's. Like I met really, really good people working there, and I mean like customers and people that was employees.
I think like this, and this is the way how I thought about working in general. I take a life lesson from every job that I've ever worked. So when I was working for Wendy's, I learned patience, right? Because when
okay.
people do it with food, you gotta have a lot of patience to one, be respectful to the customers to keep your job, and then two, patience with understanding how people are, right? Then I got to IKEA, got logistics, right? I learned how to be operational, organizational, like learning how to organize my life specifically. And then when I got my job with Patterson, it's more so seeing the people aspect of it, like knowing how to work with people, how politics work, how a whole system is being formed. And I take all those parts to mend my life.
Talk to him. That was that was one of the best insights that you've given on the show. Just coming from a friend and a host of a podcast with you. That's definitely
That's
true.
dope,
That was facts.
Getting experience everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. And
Yo,
even
I'm
when
outta
you
here.
deal with
I'm outta
people,
here.
bro. So, what's the last? All right, so this is gonna be the last question. What is something that keeps you going every day? That's gonna be the last question that we have.
Somebody said, "Buddy, you better not be eating McDonald's again. Bring the dollar menu back. I'm eating McDonald's again."
So yeah, what is the thing that keeps you going? We ended off on that.
I think the fact that not saying that I'm the closest thing out, but I feel like God put me here to help my family.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good
you know what I'm saying? I'm the person, and I feel like if I don't do it, it's not gonna get done.
That's a fact.
So that's what
feel
kind of keep me going every day. Like, damn, if I don't just do this shit, ain't nobody gonna do it. Then who gonna do it for my daughter? Like, you know.
Yeah, I'd say
He-
something.
Yeah, he said it. He said the word, but to keep going, you got to be selfless. You gotta
Yeah.
like once you. It's no way.
Find a purpose
I
bigger
go-
than yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I say the one thing that keeps me going is being able to provide a foundation for my future family, generational wealth. That's the number one thing that I'm trying to procure. And if I can't do it, well, then hopefully I cultivate a next generation to do so.
See, yeah, yours
Facts.
is wealth. Well, of course, I want to be wealthy as well, but I just want to give my daughter a full like jump start. Like, I want to really give her a good. I know I'm not probably gonna be able to save her millions of dollars and shit like that, but I want to put her in a really good
You
position.
might be able to.
Never
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I'm striving
look,
for that
the
as well,
opportunity-
but
yeah,
I'm
right.
satisfied.
So put like this.
I'm satisfied
So
with
put
just
like this. Put like
giving
this.
her
Put no cap on
So
this.
put like this.
We
You
ain't
might
got
not be
no
able to
budget
give her
limit.
the $1 million, but the information that you have may able to get her to
Man,
make
I
$1
think
million.
you gonna
Yeah.
give her
Yeah.
$1 million.
So you gave her $1 million in a sense.
We
Yeah.
could end it off with the Tupac quote because that's what Tupac said. If I can't remember it verbatim, but if I'm not the one to change the world, then I know I'm gonna spark the mind that does.
Ooh,
That's a good way to end it.
right.
Nah, man.
I like that.
Talk to him. This is the Hood Analyst Podcast. We talk about that real hood. Look, it's always a great conversation when Press come through, man. King Slids come through, and we get to really open up and get intellectual and stuff. I know we ain't have the dating and all that, but look, next time Alexis or any of us, we gonna bring some shorties and we'll invite you and we can have the dating concept because I think that's the only side that people haven't seen from you. We
I think
got
that's
you
no,
told
not
your
even the
story.
dating side. I think more so like
Yeah.
just fun, more so.
Fun side?
Yeah, the fun side. I wanna
Nah,
see,
we've
like,
seen the fun side, bro. You was talking about
Yeah,
throwing
you ain't see it.
shorties up in
Yeah,
the
you
ceiling
ain't
and all
see
that
it.
shit. That shit was funny as
Yeah,
hell.
you ain't see it.
Yeah, but
Alright.
we'll definitely have him back on here. With shorties.
Sersky.
Yo, but y'all gotta come on my show. You hear?
1,000%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you're
I told them that.
Whenever
I
you're
said,
ready.
we gotta go on that
I
show.
need y'all to come on my show. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I appreciate the opportunity, man. Just we gonna all keep striving. You feel what I'm saying?
course.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. Yo, I want to answer that question though. I had to
What question?
listen. What keep me going? You
Oh.
hear?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
to the
We
camera.
assumed everybody had the same answer. Get right.
Go ahead.
Nah, so look, so I made some promises, first of all, that keep me going. You know what I mean? I told my earth that I would never give up with this shit. You know what I mean? With this music shit, with
Anything.
anything, everything that came from this, because all of this is just things that kind of streamed off from the main river. You feel what I'm saying? Also, my children, to be the hero, to be a father that's present in your child life is like super, is like the dopest thing, right? And in our community, it's type rare. You know what I mean? To be a black father that's actively in your child life. I mean, not like temporarily there, like I'm always there.
Talk to him.
I'm on the phone every day. We doing homework. I'm always there. So to inspire your children and let them know that they can do some shit because you doing some shit is like the best thing in the world, you know? And my son got something to talk about and my daughter got something to talk about. And it's like, it's just the dopest when they friends. And it's like, you make them proud.
Yeah.
I love
Facts.
that, man.
So that
I
shit
love
keep
that.
me going every
Yeah.
day to like keep doing good.
I
You feel what I'm
love
saying?
that.
'Cause
Yeah.
not for nothing, when I was doing bad, it was like people were telling them I was doing bad. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you know how that shit is. I mean, we go through that shit, you know?
Of course.
When you locked up, people
All
are
of
gonna tell your
everything.
kids, your dad locked up, and your jailbird. You know how that shit go. You know what I mean? And I went through, like I said, 10 years of my name being dragged in the mud with that shit, especially with my oldest daughter. So to come home and not only do good, but like I surpassed all of the people that was out here kicking my back in. Like, they gotta watch me now. The shit they gotta do. It feels so good. You know what I mean? Like, remember all that shit? You feel what I'm saying though? Like, look, like so it's a blessing. That shit drive me every day to like just be better, do good, be better, be better. You know what I mean? So that's what keep me motivated.
And
Yes.
I'll say this to end off. Just like the last question that we had before, it is never too late to do anything because when you stop, then everything ceases. But if you keep on going, you will always be a winner.
Yes,
Always.
sir. Ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast. We talk about that real hood. We out.